into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh.
Friday. Can you tell we're a little bit excited? I'm even falling over myself because we are so excited. It is a Friday that's finally here, but it has been an amazing week.
It has.
So I'm almost sad to see this week go, but not really, because it's a Friday and the weekend is here and we're going to get you into those weekend feels. Very good morning from myself, Graham Richards.
And from me, Zoe Brown, and you've made the right decision to tune into your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. Now, this morning, we are also joined by TV gurus, Keenan Arison and Antoinette Lowe from the drama series Swart Water. Yes,
lovely.
they're joining us this morning.
Oh, and of course, JP is going to set the scene. He's going to bring us to all the latest in the movies that you can catch right here on your SABC screen. So even more reasons to stay connected, stay entertained, and escape the norm. And if this week has proven anything between the karaoke and the dancing and the amazing performances, that this is anything but normal right here. So let's connect with two of the least normal people I know, but they look amazing this morning and they are happy to see you as well. Morning, gang.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, okay,
Oh, yes.
what day is it again?
It's Friday then.
It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
It's Friday then.
So we had to. It's very exciting.
Setting the tone for the weekend here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are gonna get it. It's just a yes. It's just
is.
a vibe. I don't know. I'm just like, whenever I see you in the dressing room, I'm like, sing a song for us, get us into the mood, get us into the feel.
Thank you so much for the behind-the-scenes look at what happens to two blondes in the dressing room. It's actually a series coming out very, very soon. Actually, talking about series, we got a social media post for you, and I want you to answer it as honestly as you can, because I want to know what is your favorite SABC TV series. And we're talking about the exciting ones. I want you to put them down there. There are so many. You know, there's a show called Dating No Filter, which I'm really enjoying. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. So I think that we have to really just kind of get involved in that. That actually comes on later.
Okay.
Which is cool. What's your favorite?
Carl, nothing hits when you're sitting with your plate of food at 6:30 and goes da-din-in-tin, I don't know. And then my mom was like, gaan was op. So that just sets kind of the tone for it.
I get you.
Kinderland just hits differently in the evening.
And you know, even though Steven Alarm changed that intro music, I still hear it in my own head when it comes on in SABC. So it's the best thing ever.
It's the same. We're still together.
So do let us know. The other series that we do enjoy is News, and that comes on quite often. In fact, it's on right now.
Thank you, Wasey, and we'll be coming around every hour this morning. Starting with national news, social media was flooded with tributes to the minister in the presidency, 62-year-old Jackson Mthembu, who died yesterday morning of COVID-19 related complications. This after Mthembu announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19 after receiving medical attention for an abdominal pain. The immensely popular Mthembu was a prominent part of the government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. He will be remembered in media circles for cultivating an open relationship between the media and those in power, and for his honesty, leadership, openness, kindness, and great sense of humor. And we stay with local news. Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago yesterday announced that the Monetary Policy Committee had decided to keep the repo rate unchanged at 3.5% per annum. Kganyago said while lockdown restrictions currently in place are considerably less restrictive than in 2020, they expect growth in the first quarter of 2021 to remain muted. He said the gross domestic product is now expected to grow by 3.6% in 2021, by 2.4% in 2022, and 2.5% in 2023. We now move to new international news. Africa's Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say Africa's COVID-19 case fatality rate is now higher than the global average, which is worrying and concerning. Africa's death rate stands at 2.5% against a global average of 2.2%. Earlier during the pandemic, Africa recorded lower death rates than the global average, but in the second wave, 21 African nations have had a death rate above 3%. The continent so far has confirmed 3.3 million COVID-19 cases, with 2.7 million recoveries and some 81,000 deaths. And 5 people have been killed in a fire at the site of the world's largest Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine producer in western India. The blaze started at the building, which was still under construction at the Serum Institute of India's facilities in Pune yesterday afternoon. The company said the vaccine production would not be affected. The vaccine is one of 2 approved by the Indian government for the use in its inoculation program, in which it aims to vaccinate some 300 million people by early August. And now news of how a satellite can help to protect Africa's big ears. A revolutionary new way of keeping a tab on Africa's elephants, that is counting and protecting them, has been developed by scientists making use of the Earth observation satellite orbiting 6 elephants wandering amongst the trees. And scientists are using these images to count African elephants from space. The breakthrough could allow for up to 5,000 square kilometers of elephant habitat to be surveyed on a single cloud-free day by training a computer algorithm to identify elephants in a variety of backdrops. Oxford University conservation scientist Dr. Isla Dupog said they first tried it out in South Africa's Addo Elephant National Park. Is just really nice. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. We'll touch again on those at 7 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's kick it off with rugby, and it's going to be a big weekend. The Springbok captain Siya Kolisi is back to lead Western Province in their Currie Cup semi-final against the Sharks at Newlands tomorrow. Kolisi missed his team's 2 previous matches due to COVID-19 protocols. The first Currie Cup semi-final will see the table-topping Bulls up against the Lions in Pretoria. That's at 2 p.m. Thereafter, Western Province face the Sharks in Cape Town at 4:30 p.m. And reigning Premier Soccer League champions Mamelodi Sundowns and Swallows FC will battle for the top spot in the league. That's when they face each other tomorrow at 3 p.m. Masandawana and the Birds remain level on 26 points in the top 2 positions. Both teams were held earlier this week. We'll be looking for the win. Sundowns drawing 0-0 rather with Bloemfontein Celtic, and then Swallows missing the chance to go top after ending 1-1 against Chippa United. Other fixtures this weekend will see Stellenbosch FC host a high-riding Kaizer Chiefs looking for their 4th straight win. Maritzburg United face Orlando Pirates, and Chakuma Mazivandila, they'll take on SuperSport United. Then it's a big shock in the Premier League last night. Defending English Premier League champions Liverpool dropped points on match day 18 after suffering a 1-0 defeat to Burnley at their home ground, Anfield. So many records are broken in the process. So Burnley's Ashley Barnes converted a penalty after being fouled by goalkeeper Alisson. The Reds' impressive 68-game unbeaten run has now come to a grinding halt. So Burnley has done what no side has managed to do, in fact, since Crystal Palace back in April of 2017 by beating Jurgen Klopp's side at home in the Premier League. And we're going to be delving a little deeper into all of the weekend's sporting permutations in the next half hour, so stick around. Right now, Carl's got the latest on the weather front.
Thanks a lot, Graham. I love this part of the show, and that's getting your sunrise photos. And let's start with a couple of those photos that were submitted from you. And the first one is thank you. And a big thank you to Tanya McRory, who was sending us the golden image of the sun rising in Shakaskraal and KZN. Your day in that area is going to be hot and humid with a maximum of 32 degrees forecast. Solly Selepe of Ventersdorp, Northwest, sent us this pastel skyline. I love it. Staying with the higher temperatures, it's going to peak at 31 degrees in your area today, so please stay hydrated. Thank you so much for sending through your amazing sunrise photos from your neck of the woods in South Africa. Please continue sending on the Expresso Facebook page. Now, staying with some weather news, let's go to Tropical Storm Eloise is set to impact South Africa. The Weather Service has warned of a possibility of heavy downpours and damaging winds in parts of Limpopo and Mpumalanga, KwaZulu-Natal as well. Eloise was expected to make landfall in Mozambique during last night, and this would result in torrential rain and destructive winds along the Mozambican coastline and the adjacent interior. Professor of Climatology at the Global Change Institute of Wits, Francois Engelbrecht, yesterday said that this could result in widespread flooding in parts of South Africa. He said current predictions are that it would reach tropical cyclone status today, and that is, of course, the most intense type of tropical storm South Africa gets. Now, away from that and getting into some of your temperatures from around the country, for you, Polokwane, I'd like to start with you. A low of 4 14 this morning to a high of 31 degrees. Bombela, 17 to 31 degrees for you, a high of 33 in Pretoria from a low of 17. Johannesburg, Goeiemorgen, 31 for you today with a low of 16 this morning. Mahikeng, 18 to 32 today. Klerksdorp, 18 to 33. 35 in Kimberley. I always say this, stay hydrated. 22 your low there. Bloemfontein, 32 degrees. And this is from a low of 19 this morning. Richards Bay, 33 for you from a low of 22. Pietermaritzburg, 19 to 33. Durban, 23 to 31. Umtata, you are 21 to a high of 32 later with a 40% chance of thunder showers in your area. East London, 23 to 28 degrees. Cradock, 21 to 38 degrees. Port Elizabeth, 27, your high from a low of 21. George, you are 19 to 27. The Mother City, 28 from a low of 19 this morning. Worcester, hear this, 18 to 40 degrees. Sutherland, 16 to 33. And wrapping up with Uppington, 39 degrees from a low of a very high 25 degrees. Those are your temperatures for now. Keep on sending your sunrise photos. Remember to post them on the Expresso Facebook page.
Thank you very much, Carl Wasty. A very good morning. It's set to be across the country. A good day indeed as well. The temperatures are looking really good.
Absolutely. Can you see me smiling? We are definitely smiling.
Are you smiling? Smile more.
I'm
there we go.
smiling.
Now you're smiling.
There's Dr. Smile Lex Leo and his beautiful wife, Katya, is in the building, and they're going to be sharing all about their new journey as newlyweds.
Oh,
so
it's
we are
all
so
the
excited to connect
excitement.
to them.
Newlyweds and all of that excitement from the wedding, but of course excitement coming through in the form of music as well. Dr. Lex Leo is going to be performing for us, and Katya will be telling us all about her plans in music as well as in medicine. So you want to make sure that you stick around for that. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on SABC3. And if you're wondering if it's time for birthdays, well, that's time.
It's
for
time.
birthdays.
Happy birthday, have a happy birthday. Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
I love birthdays. You know that there's something very special about the birthdays today, because if you do celebrate a birthday today, it means that you are 1 week away from Zoe Brown's birthday, which is very exciting. I've been counting down.
You're letting secrets out the bag there. Yes, my birthday's next week, Friday.
But it's cool. At least we can celebrate today. So let's start you off with a media personality who celebrates her birthday today. Jessica Nkosi, she turned 31 years old on Wednesday, so that was a bit of a belated birthday. Either way, Jessica Yanda Nkosi is a South African actress and TV presenter, best known for her leading roles in several well-known telenovelas in the country. She has been serving us content on Instagram all the time, and we're here for it. Happy birthday, Lunkulu. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Even though your birthday was on Wednesday, it still means it counts.
Well, we are doing a bit of a roundup of everyone's birthday. So if we did miss yours, happy birthday to you. And we have two very special birthdays here from our very own Expresso show. Now, our very beautiful makeup artist, Bernice, she turned the big 3-0 yesterday. You can see her on camera with her cute balloons. Happy happy birthday for yesterday, Bernice. And we also have another member of our Expresso family celebrating a birthday. Now, Brian's daughter, Amahle, she is celebrating her birthday, and her daddy would just love to wish her a happy birthday and that he loves her.
That's so sweet, man. And the birthdays are special. Please celebrate your B-Day as beautifully as you can and send us your 15-second videos on WhatsApp to 071-640-6551 so you can wish your loved ones a happy birthday live on the show. And we might even just give them a ring to brighten up their day and make it a very special happy birthday from all of us right here at Expresso.
Listen, it is time for a treat because we are going to be making a 3-ingredient tiramisu. Yes, are you shaking?
Yes, I'm shaking into it, the thing is...
What is
You
it?
love coffee, right?
I do indeed.
And you love ice cream. You love ice cream. And you love coffee too. And it's the weekend, and it's summer, and it's time for something quick, something decadent to celebrate your birthdays. Even if you're not celebrating your birthday today, this is a treat for you as well. We're combining 2 great loves, coffee and ice cream, for an easy-to-eat summer treat. It's a 3-ingredient coffee tiramisu ice cream sandwich that we're making this morning. And Jamie Lee is already going at it. Jamie, take us through the recipe.
I'm getting right into it because it's kind of you have to do layers and you want to make sure that everything is good. So firstly, 3 ingredients, like we said.
Yes.
We start off with our lady fingers. We have the hero ingredient over here, our coffee, which you can make. But I would recommend getting it cold or cooled down because otherwise what's going to happen is the biscuit or the lady fingers is going to break.
It's going to fall apart, and you don't want that happening, even though you are using it as your layer, right?
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic.
And then we also have the ice cream. And if we're going to put ice cream on hot things, it's just going to melt and it's going to be like a hot mess. So
Not cute.
we're going to combine this all together. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go in stages over here.
cool.
So our lady fingers goes in to our coffee. That's going to soak quickly.
Yeah.
You don't want it to break. So about 10 to 15 seconds and then out and then right in. So this is all you have to do. Like you're just going to pop it in over there and you can make us a cup of coffee.
See, what I love about a 3-ingredient recipe is that really no one can get it wrong. It's simple, right? No one can get it wrong. But what I'm doing now is I'm making us a nice coffee there, even though we've already got one going there. I'm making us a lungo, all right? I'm going to make us a lungo.
Which is 110 moles
capsule,
of an espresso. So you want, you can actually use 2 of them.
Yeah.
So we use 2 lingos, so it's 220 moles of... And you can go with any coffee flavor that you want. I see you using the Italiano
espresso.
Espresso. Going in over there. And you can see my baking tin has already been lined beautifully. This is about a 20 by 20 that we're using. And I got about 3 more. And then we are going to get in on the fun.
Fantastic. You do that. I'll make us a bit of coffee a bit later on because I don't want to miss any of the steps involved in this. I did make us this coffee. Okay, I didn't. Kelly did. But I helped her with it. Okay, so fantastic. So keep going with those layers.
And as you can see, the biscuits are still intact. It's not too soggy because it does form the base, as you can see over there.
Great. I love that.
And the fun part is then scooping on the ice cream. So this is about 4 cups of vanilla ice cream, and this is just going to layer in.
Good luck having some of that ice cream still remaining at the end of this recipe, because if I was in the kitchen, there wouldn't be any of it left.
That is why I decided that I would go on this side, and you can just stand there, look pretty, and make us.
Well, a lungo, like we explained earlier on, is a tall version of an espresso, where an espresso is 40 mils and a lungo is 110 mils. So it really does depend on how much you want. But it's all about letting the coffee simmer down and then, of course, making sure that it just does get a bit cooler before you pop it into your recipe. Get it in the freezer first, or leave it outside or on the, on the kitchen counter for a while.
And again, don't overcomplicate things. It's 3 ingredients. It's easy. Everyone can make it. And who doesn't like coffee and ice cream and biscuits and all this fun stuff?
That combination together is just heaven.
And that is perfectly done. And then we just go again back to the top with our layering. So back into the coffee. And that is your perfect sandwich over there. Press that down. You're going to pop this into the freezer for about 2 to 3 hours. Ideally, you want to go for overnight, because then it'll just get all that texture flowing.
It all soaks in so beautifully. Well, the thing is, this is definitely a summer treat of summer treats. Look at what the end product would look like after you've had that in your freezer for about 2 hours. Ah, that looks delicious, doesn't it?
I
It looks
know,
so,
and I'm
so
just gonna
yummy.
keep-
You
I'm
just
just
want to
gonna
eat
keep
it right
layering it.
now. Do go onto our website, expressoshow.com, if you want to get your hands on this recipe and have some fun with it this weekend. Now, to get your hands on this recipe, it's pretty simple. Do go onto the website. It's all there, a list of ingredients. Like I said, 3 ingredients has been listed over there. It is mouth-watering. It's a summer recipe that you are going to love, that everybody that comes to your house is going to love. Jamie Lee.
Yes,
you're
I'm
for
getting
work.
right
I
into
love
this. I'm having
your
the
work.
best time just making this.
Love
all of you, but you try this as
your-
well. Try this as well.
Dip in a bit of coffee. Oh, come on.
Stop it.
Whoa.
Stop it.
We chose some of the world's rarest local coffee crafts and refined them to create 5 distinct new tastes. After all, we are the choices we make.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's talk sport. It's down to the wire in the Currie Cup this weekend when the competition's top 4 teams fight it out for spots in the final, the first semi-final, up against the table-topping Bulls and the Lions in the Yixke, and then Western Province and Sharks will go head-to-head in the second semi, a nice coastal derby. Another epic battle this weekend will be in the PSL when Mamelodi Sundowns and Swallows FC battle for top spot. Sports anchor Jeremy Harris is here to give us a weekend sports preview and talk about how Liverpool lost last night to Burnley. Bam, bam, bam. No, in a moment. Buddy, great to have you here. Great.
Thank you.
To get back into rugby because it feels like it's been a beat. I've been thinking, has the amount of time between matches now building to the semi-final, is that going to hurt a team like Western Province who don't seem to have played a lot of rugby recently? Like, how are you feeling about the Currie Cup semi-finals? Is it going to be as competitive as we want it to be?
Yeah, I mean, look, I had to remind myself that, in fact, there was the rugby to play.
Exactly, yeah.
And by the same token, semi-finals is a crunch game, so we're looking forward to that. I don't know, I think that we're probably going to see a lot of players very amped, very good to go for that match tomorrow, or those matches tomorrow. And when you look at the players on offer, really, across those 4 teams, you have got Springboks everywhere.
You've got 7 stars, you've got some up-and-comers. Let's start with the Bulls up against the Lions. Yanni du Plessis, I read an awesome article, I think it was in the Sowetan, so thank you to you guys for that, where he was analysing the Bulls scrum. And so much of this kind of, especially knockout rugby, is going to stem from the tight. And he reckons that the Bulls scrum lasts about 3-4 seconds longer. They've got a slow burn. They don't kind of go in hard and then fade. It's going to be a tactical battle up front. How important is it to have the experience of a Yanni du Plessis up front for the Lions in a team that used to be this really young side that suddenly now has this unbelievable balance?
Yeah. Now, look, I think that in both semi-finals, the forwards are going to play a big role. And, when we talk about the Western Province game, we'll talk about the loss of Stephen Kitso, for example. That'll be a big problem. John Dobson might be smiling, but I think that he's putting on a brave face.
Yes, yeah.
To go back to your question, I think that, the Bulls at home, albeit in an empty stadium, but at home, will try to really crunch down and really dominate as much as they possibly can and set the foundation.
And And before the match was called off against Western Province, they did that.
Yeah.
They looked dominant. There's a reason they're at the top of the log. Who do you give that one to? Bulls, Lions?
I've got to give it to the Bulls. I mean, the only way, and I'm speaking again just with, casting my eye forward to that Province game, the only way that there's going to be a home semi-final for Western Province, and I'm thinking about this is the last time that stadium is going to see
For
action,
sure, yeah.
is if the Lions upset the Bulls, and then it'll come down to Cape Town.
Maybe there's something in the karma there. Western Province against Sharks. You would think with the Springbok-laden Western Province side, albeit with the loss of Stephen Kitsoff, who is a game changer.
Absolutely.
The amount of scrum penalties he has won at pivotal moments, but they've still got France, they've still got Bongi, they've still got a power out.
Yeah, and look, they've got Ali Vermaak, who's now taken Stephen Kitsoff's place. So he's no mug. It's not the first time he's pulled in a jersey for Western Province. So it's going to be a very tough encounter up front. I'm going to give it to Province on the back of a very rejuvenated Siya Kolisi. Wow.
Sure.
I think that he is good to go. And he, as you say, he's got a point to prove.
Especially in the blue and white. Especially in the blue and white. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Really exciting stuff. We look forward to those two fixtures tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Bulls, Lions, Western Province up against Sharks at 4:30. Let's turn to football. Interesting times. I kind of feel like all of our top teams in the PSL have missed opportunities.
Yeah, they all blinked.
They've all blinked and lost to weaker opposition, all due respect. But we've got a fantastic encounter. We've got one place, two, only goal difference separating them at the top of the table. Swallows have been a surprise out. We know they've got history. We know they've got an incredible journey behind them, but it's what's in front of them that makes me excited. And right now, they've got to get past the defending champions.
Yeah, and I think that in and of itself will be, or rather will make for a very exciting game. Will they be able to do that? I've got a sense that, Sundowns just brings so much more to that encounter. And so if you were to ask me, which you haven't, but I mean,
I might be, yeah.
But if you were to ask me, I would say I'm going to give it to Sundowns, just on the balance of the kind of comfort that they have at the top, that the kind of comfort they have in those kinds of games. 1 versus 2 is something that they do in their sleep. It's something that they plan for winning, all the time.
You would expect Kaizer Chiefs to get the points over Stellenbosch FC and go 4 in a row.
Yes, I mean, who would have thought that? At one stage, 15th on the DStv Premiership table. I mean, who would have thought?
Up to 7th now.
Now sitting comfortably inside the top half.
And maybe Orlando Pirates will finally get the win over Maritzburg United, who, of course, were embarrassed over the week, but some incredibly exciting local football to look forward to. Let's hop across the pond.
Wow.
What happened last night?
Wow. I mean, look, Jurgen Klopp afterwards saying it felt like a massive punch in the face. A 1-0 loss for a side that is the defending champions, that has just so much firepower.
And at Anfield.
And at Anfield. I think you were saying 68 games on the trot, having never lost at their fortress, and now will be very unhappy with that result.
We've got one other Premier League fixture to look forward to this weekend. Aston Villa up against Newcastle United. Very important game for both of those teams, especially Newcastle. Steve Bruce under a lot of pressure. Every kind of Geordie coach looks like he's under a huge amount of pressure, even without the fans in the stadium. But I think one fixture that's really got us all excited because of everything that's happened, because Manchester United are topping the table at the moment, because Paul Pogba's back on form, and because Liverpool seem to have basically a lucky draw when it comes to who's playing in what position at the moment. And again, I say that with all due respect, but it kind of feels like Liverpool are dealing with too many injuries at the moment. They've lost that consistency. How do you see the second almost replay of the derby playing out, and this time at Old Trafford in the FA Cup?
In the FA Cup. Look, I mean, unlike the last week's encounter where it ended goalless, and it could end goalless after 90 minutes and everybody shakes hands and goes home, here we've got to get a result on Sunday. There's got to be a result, be it by extra time or by penalties. And so, at home, I think United have shown that they are able to wear down the opponent. Doesn't matter who they are. I mean, their record at home is very impressive, almost as impressive as when they're on the road. And so, the Liverpool fans aren't going to like this, but I mean, I'm going to call it for United, particularly given Liverpool's injury woes. I mean, they really have a problem at the moment.
Yep, but beware the wounded beast as well. I'll throw into the mix there as well. But that one is going to be something to look forward to on the FA Cup roster. Wherever your allegiances lie, enjoy it. Some amazing live sport coming up. Buddy, love your work.
Oh, from all of that sporting action to some action on our music block over here as we take to find out who's been watching Expresso and paying attention this week. The question to all of you guys is, have you watched Expresso all week?
I've been trying my best.
When you've not been here, have you watched?
I've been trying.
And you, Carl?
It's your feel-good breakfast show.
And so you feel good every day?
I'm feeling very good every single day. It wakes me up. It's my alarm clock.
Fantastic. And Jamie Lee?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Aye,
And
Captain.
hopefully you at home as well have been watching and paying attention, because it's time for us to play our Expresso Rewind game, my favorite game on the show, in which we'll get to see who can remember what from this week's shows. And there's been so much. It's been a jam-packed week, right, guys?
Yeah.
So you know how this game works is each of you has to sort of identify or give us a sound by which we will identify you.
Okay.
The first person to go with their sound will be the person to get to answer the question. If they get it wrong, we move on to the next person, who then obviously has to give a sound, right? Let's hear your sounds. Zoe.
Me. But it will come in various degrees of me.
Me.
No,
I've been there and I know how it can go. We've seen that all play out. And Carl, what's yours?
That's right.
Okay,
Like
let's
very
go.
Michael Jackson.
That's right.
Okay,
You got it.
great. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
And
Woo!
Like
okay.
that's one move.
All right, so these are some mildly competitive sounds. Guys, let's get going with the game. The first question for this game today is Dado and Danny Peterson. I spent time with them. They are planning to break the record for the longest uninterrupted drumming and percussion session by drumming for how many hours?
Me.
Zoe.
12 hours?
12 hours is correct! Yes, we off to
Well
a
done.
winning streak there. Question 2. Which NGO is distributing 12,000 oxygen machines nationwide to help South African National Ventilator Project? Okay, so what's your name,
Jamie.
lady?
Jamie.
Here we go. I want to go with Gift of the Givers.
And the answer is the Gift of the Givers. And question 3, which Bollywood series is actress Shonisani Masuta starring in at the... What? You're going to have to wait for the
wait
question,
for the
sir.
I
So
have to
let's do
get
it
one.
again. Let's do it again. Which Bollywood series is actress Shonisani Masuta starring in at the moment?
Ow!
Jamie Lee.
Mehek.
Mahek.
She took
Correct.
me answer.
Okay.
Because Mahek was the song.
Fantastic. Hey, well done, Zoe. 2 points to
Her name is
for
Jamie.
Jamie.
But I'll take
with
the
Zoe.
points.
You see, I haven't been here for 3 days.
Yeah, you haven't been-
And you can see how it's easy to, get them rhyming.
Do I get the points?
Okay, question. So Jamie, you're sitting on 2, and Zoe, you're sitting on 1. Come on, Carl. You need
You know
to
what?
step into the game.
I pre-EE'd just to see that you did get me, but it's fine. Get the next one. I've got the next one coming.
What's the title of the latest track The Pedestrians released? It was just yesterday. It was just yesterday. Yes, Jamie.
Say So.
No, incorrect.
That was one of the songs.
It is one of the songs.
Look at that.
I like
That
that.
sound.
But the one we're looking for today is not that one. The answer's already on screen. I'm
Not
so
hopeless.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
No,
It's
that
already-
doesn't count.
It
That's
doesn't count.
cheating.
It's
I don't know. Oh, is it on the
door
screen?
is
Oh.
closed. The door is closed. The key has been thrown away. I'm sorry.
I was in the house already.
Question 5. True or false? Bride's Wales were named by and after a South African man named John Bride.
Me.
Okay.
Thank you so
Carl
much. Can
Wasty.
I say true?
Carl Wasty.
Yes.
True, yes. I mean, that was a guess, right? A guess.
It was, and I knew it. I knew it.
True is the
Thank
correct
you.
answer. So we're sitting at 2 points for Jamie Lee, 1 for Zoe, and 1 for Carl Wasty. And that brings us to the end of the game for today. And that means our winner and who gets to claim the bragging rights for this week is Jamie Lee Domberg.
Take a
Oh,
bow.
yes. Oh, yes. Now, we've got a question for you at home to check if you have been watching and paying attention. Listen, here is your question. What was the name of the song Shanaz Moose sang in our Expresso karaoke? That was a lot of fun. The question again, what was the name of the song that Shanaz Moose sang in our Expresso karaoke? Let us know on social media. Use that hashtag Expresso Show. It's Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Congratulations once again,
Thank you very
Jamie
much.
Lee
Thank you, thank you, thank you very
Domberg.
much. Thank you very much.
Carl Wasty, I'm going to need you to really step it up next week.
I
Pay
will. I'll
attention.
try. I'm getting the game, coach. I'll do it for you.
You're going to need one, and Graham is a really good one. Highly recommended. All right?
Oh, yes.
See you after this.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked on this Friday morning. Now, if you were to look up the term power couple, I think you would probably find a picture of newlyweds. Katja and Dr. Alexander Abadian Rawani will definitely be right there next to that definition. He is the dentist to Mzansi's stars. If you have been following him on social media, you'll understand what I mean. He's got an exciting music career. She's a successful young filmmaker who is studying medicine, and together they've formed the most beautiful union, and it's so fresh and new. We love it. Alex and Katja are joining us this morning all the way from Joburg to share more about their lives, their love, and their mission to enrich people's lives through their creative endeavors, which makes us probably the most excited about everything, the fact that you're doing so much to help other people. Guys, we were going to try and separate you on the couch, but you're like, magnetically just like, chonk.
Luckily, you don't have to be socially distant.
Exactly. Congratulations,
Thank you,
guys.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure.
How's the 3 weeks of marriage been for the two of you?
Really special. Yeah, it's really, marriage is the most special thing. I would highly recommend to everyone.
Definitely a new mindset, new focus, new priorities.
Does a lot change? Because it's, you know, it's one day's difference between who you were and who you are now. How much actually changes in your relationship and the way that you are with each other once you've got that confirmation on paper?
You know, for me, it becomes this realization of this lifelong commitment to how can you every day now better yourself and also enable your partner to become better.
I love that.
So, and you have that responsibility spiritually and physically, and so now it becomes a responsibility, not just like a nice thing to do.
I love that.
I think a question that always gets asked is, you know, have you guys gone on your honeymoon? And you guys said off camera you haven't yet. You're going to wait until traveling's allowed again.
Yes.
Dream destination for the two of you?
Actually, our dream destination is Haifa. Yes, at the moment, because that's where the Baha'i Holy Land is. So we would really love to be able to go on pilgrimage there together.
Yeah, so
as
we're
a married couple.
going to start in Haifa, Israel, just as kind of like the spiritual portion. And then I know we want to go to New York, want to go to Japan.
Yeah. Japan, we have family in Japan.
It's a stark contrast on where we want to go, but that's the idea.
So we'll wait. We'll wait. The vaccine is out. We will wait, and it will absolutely happen.
Yeah, when she's finished, fourth year, third year.
Yeah.
Huh? You have to wait till third year's finished.
Yeah, but and there's enough to contend with. I mean, you seem unbelievably busy, and I often wonder how you fit in the time, because you're obviously a very successful dentist.
Thank you.
And that's, I mean, you share that journey with us, which is pretty cool. And you obviously have a lot of A-listers on the. How did that happen? Was it an organic thing? Did you go out there to be like, okay, I want to be like the dentist to the stars? What was the?
You know, I've always been someone I've always tried to be resourceful. Take what I have around me and turn it into the best thing that I can. And before I graduated, I was in the social scene in Joburg, which is very small. I mean, all social scenes are small. It was like modeling. I was modeling at that time, so I was modeling, and then party, and then music, and all of these things were in the same circle.
Click, yeah.
And so all of those A-listers who I knew at that time were my friends. And so naturally, you graduate, you become a dentist, and your friend's like, yo, I need a dentist. I'll look after you. And then you actually become good at your craft, and you actually, you know, word of mouth, no pun intended, is really important in dentistry. So when people really do trust your work, and you do look after them, then it grows. And then I started marketing it and creating a brand and registered Dr. Smile as a name, and became what it is.
And then having the social media footprint to go with that doesn't hurt.
Grown,
yeah,
right? It's grown, thankfully, to shows like this, and
yeah, for sure.
You know, everyone's support, and it's organic, but it's constantly evolving.
I love that. And I mean, Katja, we're going to sit down and talk about your filmmaking journey a little bit later. But I think it's so incredible that you've done filmmaking, produced a short film, also now currently a medicine student. How do you find that structure to express yourself through your different passions?
It's quite funny. We were actually saying last time I was on the show, I was actually speaking about how I wasn't sure about med school and film.
Yeah.
But I think I just realized that I had more capacity than I originally felt or thought. And honestly, the structure is, I'm still figuring out, you know, I can only make films or work on things when I have breaks in my med school schedule, but I really enjoy the challenge of both. And I find that they're very mutually beneficial and they feed one another. And I think that's important for people to start realizing that, you don't have to always choose one thing. You can really push yourself to try do all the things that you love and are interested in.
Maybe having that balance gives you the perspective you need, especially
Exactly,
studying medicine, which can, I would imagine, become all-consuming because of the volume of work. You found the best husband in the world, so you can fix.
Thank you.
100%.
You can design new jewelry. You can,
Exactly.
Buddy, how do you? Is that a passion? Is that an entrepreneurial venture? Is it? I'm asking you to define yourself, and maybe you don't define yourself, and you don't have to define yourself, but there is another creative side to you that plays out.
Definitely there's no definition, and I try not to stick to any definition. I think that becomes more interesting. But since I was a very young child, my parents never just put whatever I wanted in front of me. They would always say, create it, make a plan, try. This was this mindset. And because this mindset was there, I was always making things as a child. The jewelry, if I actually look here, this ring, which is made of snake skin, right?
Wow.
Not anything, not like precious metals. I started making these in university to make money. And I could make these without a heavy sewing machine and without anything. I could just make them and sell them, and it grew. And I started working with this, and then it evolved from dentistry into grills, and then it evolved now into Shore Custom Made, which is my jewelry brand. And now it's become very formalized. But all it is just an evolution of creativity.
Sure.
And I'm not using sticks and stones, now I'm using diamonds and gold, or whatever.
Where's your happy place? Where do you go to just be still and do that? Is it one of your creative passions? Is it the music?
It's definitely the community development classes with the children. I think for both of us, this is one reason why we connected so strongly and why we even know each other. Is this mutual love for how do we use our time and our effort and our resources and our abilities to uplift those around us, whether they're children or youth or young adults, which I'm sure you'd see on social media. We have a lot of these classes every weekend. That's definitely a happy place, because I think any human being, while they're using their time for somebody else, finds that they're happiest,
Yeah. I'm noticing your T-shirt.
Oh, no, I was going to say, please open your jacket, dude.
Show us.
Yes, if you get married, you have to do this.
Oh.
Important.
And what were you like? He had one picture, and you're like, no, one's not enough. I want to see.
Shame. It was actually a surprise. I had actually finished exams, and he came out with the shirt, and he was like, surprise! And it made me so happy.
That is amazing. And I love the creativity between the two of you. I mean, we saw a picture earlier about what I'm assuming is your engagement ring. Did you design it and make it?
Yes, I did design and make it. This is the engagement ring.
Beautiful.
Katja is very much like a mermaid, ocean, soul. She obviously grew up here in Cape Town.
Yeah.
I mean, always in the ocean and always in the water. And so I tried to create something with that reminded me of that, and ocean colors and mermaid vibe and special. And she didn't know anything about it. So I just designed it.
It was such a surprise.
I think those are the best surprises.
No, completely,
So
man.
even now-
There's so much to get excited about. What's going on here, man? Thank you so much for bringing this love and this, the idea of what you guys are wanting to achieve as a couple, which is really cool, but individuals as well. And we're going to get into the power of female filmmaking in just a moment as well. So Katja, stick around for that. You can stick around for more love on the show this morning. So good to have this couple here.
Thank you.
Oh, that T-shirt is amazing. I mean, that really did. Jamie was telling me that sets the bar.
High,
Very, very high.
Very
for
high.
anybody that comes on the show, you're going to have to do that couple thing on the T-shirt now. Thank you, Doc. That was amazing. It really was. So we got something for you, though. If you really got your taste buds tantalized, this chai-spiced chia pudding, remember chai, chia, two different things, is a perfect way to end the week and start the weekend. Imagine the aromas of chai tea infused into a creamy coconut chia pudding, all with the goodness of Be Well canola oil. Now stop imagining, because Jamie Lee and I have got something very, very special for you. And P.S., we won't tell anyone if you eat the leftovers for breakfast, okay? That's just between you and I. But let's get on to the recipe, because I feel like you're going to need to hear this. So pens out, papers out, let's get going.
Yes, because you can have this for breakfast. You can have it any time of the day. I'm not sure if you're going savory or sweet, but it's one of those things you can have any time of the day. So we're going to start off with our Be Well canola oil. We are taking a teaspoon into a heated pot over here. Of course, this is cholesterol free, and it is endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Stroke Foundation of
Healthy.
South Africa. So healthy, ticking off all the boxes. We're going to play around with our spices
Yes,
today.
please.
So we're going to start off over here. This is ginger.
That's right. I feel like you're quoting Spice Girls. Hold on. Next one is scary.
Scary.
Then baby. Then sporty. Then posh.
Then
right.
posh spice, yes.
Okay, scary.
No. Scary is cardamom.
That's right. Okay, beautiful.
So cardamom goes
All right.
in there. We have some, can I guess it?
Yes, you can.
Cinnamon. So cinnamon, would you say cinnamon is posh spice?
I would say definitely posh spice. Though.
Okay.
Cinnamon has this thing, it makes everything more posh than it actually is. I like cinnamon a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what's that one?
This is nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Nutmeg is a football term, so it's got to be sporty.
Sporty spice.
Perfect.
And then
last one is? Clove.
cloves.
I can smell it from here. There's something about clove. Yes.
Tell me about this flavor profile that we're getting over here. If I just put this over here and I told you that this is what I'm going to be making, where would your taste buds go?
I think because cinnamon's so prominent, I'd go pancake. Then I'd start going to other sort of traditional desserts and dishes. So I'm also smelling sago pudding a bit. I am. And then there's another one, I think you mentioned it earlier, which is booba. There's another one that I'm smelling in the kitchen, though. It's a good combination, really is.
I was definitely getting in. So we're obviously just going to get that aromas and those flavors bursting from all the spices. Then I'm going to throw in our coconut milk in over there. So again, high heat.
Ooh, that's the best sound. That's it, you must, because then. But at the moment, if I could describe the smells, I'm getting that it's breakfast. It's your feel-good breakfast dessert. In a way, but at the same time, it's so healthy. You don't want to call it a dessert. It's like a booster. And especially when it's chai spice chia, there's something beautiful about it. There's something really incredible. And also with the Be Well in there, you know that you're getting your health, you're getting your nutrients, and you're getting something that's supported by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. So this is one of those things. I think it's a win-win for anybody in your family.
How long did it have to take you to say chai versus chia? Because I was like, chia, chai, chia.
I actually made a bit of a, sort of in my head, I was like, okay, remember chia and chai. Chia and chai. Chia and chai. No, chia and chai. Chia and chai. Chia and chai. And chia and chai with this guy. And you put it in the pot and you fry. That's basically how I remembered it earlier.
There we go. We got a song with it as well. I'm going to pop that in here. So I'm going to take this off the heat now. And then I'm going to put in my maple syrup.
And you can tell that's maple syrup. There's something about that beautiful hue.
And that color.
Yes.
Oopsie. There we go. And then we are going to go with vanilla essence. Just all that flavor profiles. And we're going to give this. And then I'm going to hand the pot over to you.
Please do. I'm ready for you.
This is where you get involved as well.
Okay.
And my job here is done.
All right.
Do you want to take that? Because I don't.
Yes. I don't want you to burn your hands either. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to pour it over. So chai spiced here, chia in here. That's how you remember. And you pour it in there. There we go.
Are you a fan of chia seeds?
I am. I actually got into it quite recently, and I thought that it was quite. It's quite nifty. You can use it, and once you do your thing, there's something great about it. I just want to stir this around. Do you mind if I use your spatula?
No, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Go for it. Do you know what? The first time I actually had it was with Zoe maybe 2 weeks ago on the show.
Yes.
I didn't like the texture at first, but because I was eating it too quickly. So what you want to do is let it soak for about 2 to 3 hours. It then swells up and it loses that crunch.
Indeed.
And that's when you're getting that good fibers, you're getting that good protein. So now I incorporate it into smoothies.
Can you just pretend that I did that whole 2-hour waiting process? Because I actually couldn't wait to get this thing dressed up for us. So we'll let it sit.
But then, even perfect like that, you can scoop it up and be a nice.
See, now there's the texture you're not going to like, though. But you have to let it sit so it can get nice and velvety and luxurious. And then the coconut, you get coconut flakes. What type of fruit would you put on here if you had a choice?
I would go with the banana because I like some banana in the morning.
Yes.
What about you?
I would probably do blueberries because blueberries just they feel so vital and they feel so energetic and beautiful, and I thought blueberries would be the best thing ever. And I think that if you missed out on everything that we did, we went quite fast because two short people will give you a very short recipe. That recipe will be available on expressoshow.com, and make it today. Remember, it's chai, that's the spice, and chia, which is the beautiful taste that you get when you actually eat this. So thanks a lot, Jamie Lee. And if you would like a little recap, we always got you hooked up on Expresso. Take a look.
Love, food, life.
Here's to you. Here's to you. Can't work from home workers. Board Terminator. Cause every meeting key, I'll be back. The mask for getting shoppers. And you, who go the extra mile instead of keeping just 1.5 meters. To you who opened your doors again, we take our hats off. Nina, who kept us moving, 100%. And of course, there no Mayini general dealers. You might not be essential workers, Mara, you too played an essential role in keeping Mzansi working. And that's why we're giving you a chance to win your share of 5 million rand. Join Nedbank today.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. You know what? I'm ready to meet one of those heroes.
I am
one of those
too.
everyday heroes.
I am too.
Now, Q fan. Nedbank's here to you Mzansi campaign has been celebrating the everyday efforts and saluted many of you at home for keeping Mzansi working by giving you a chance to win your share of a whopping 5 million rand. Nedbank cardholders simply needed to transact, save, borrow, send money instantly to stand a chance of winning, and we have got one fortunate winner of a whopping 10,000 rand joining us on the line right now this morning. Abigail Peterson, who is a teacher from Bellville. Teachers deserve this, man. Cape Town, of course, being her hood, she now joins us on a video call via WhatsApp.
Abigail, good morning.
Good morning, Expresso team. How are you this morning?
Oh, we're fantastic, but you probably are feeling far better than we are this morning because you're the winner of 10,000 rand courtesy of Nedbank this morning. How do you feel about your winnings?
You know, I'm so surprised. I never even knew about the competition first off.
Don't lie.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know about the competition. I just heard that I was using the banking app regularly, and then I won the competition.
Wow.
Well done. I think karmically maybe you deserved it. And I think, you know, to get serious for a second here, we've been celebrating, we've been kind of having a little bit of fun with the idea of the campaign Here's to Mzansi, about celebrating those everyday efforts of normal people. We've all been asked to go above and beyond, and we've all been impacted by the pandemic. How have you been able to navigate your way through these challenging times, especially as a teacher?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was so difficult, especially in the beginning, because we didn't know what we were gonna expect when we went back to school. I think it was level 3 or level 2. We weren't sure what we were gonna expect with the kids, and how the class sizes would work and how our actual teaching packages would be. It was very difficult. I think we were one of the lucky schools that didn't have any COVID cases for a good few months.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, it just started hitting our school. We had a teacher that got sick during level 5, and then 2 others were infected during I think the third term, one of our secretaries got ill. Even I was tested positive, but that was now like early in December. So it's been extremely difficult. But I mean, we got through it. We got through it.
The thing is, Abigail, you're right to mention that it's been such an uncertain time for so many people, and I think that the one thing is we never know when we might need the assistance, whether it's financial or whether it's health-wise or otherwise. And to see that you guys have been able to power on and soldier on in this way is so encouraging for so many of us. And hopefully your winnings will bring you some assistance as well. What are you going to be doing with all of this money from Nedbank, Abby?
I'm getting married this year, so I think it would help with the wedding. And then I'm sure that I'll have to spoil my family as well, because I mean they've been here with me, they've been through everything with me, so I think I owe it to them as well.
We understand your brother also contracted COVID. How is he doing? Is that in this current wave?
It was during the first wave, and he passed away in August. Yeah, I was only 35 years old. I think we are 6 siblings from my father's side, and he was the eldest one, and he passed away.
Abigail.
I think that's pretty hard.
Oh, we are so sorry. We are sending you so much love and all of our condolences. It just brings to bear just how tough this year has been. I really, really am so sorry for the loss that your family has felt. I think so many families grappling with this in a way that we never, ever expected. So I'm just so glad that we have, in some tiny way, been able to share in a positive moment for you. And I hope that for the foreseeable future, that this is the tone of your life, that you can get back to school and you can enjoy being in that space. But I really, really have got to say that I'm so proud of the fact that you've been able to soldier through what has happened in your life in the way that you have, and that you're showing this kind of strength. What school do you teach at, Abigail?
It is called AZ Berman High School. It's in Mitchells Plain, in Tafelsig, actually.
Fantastic work, Abby. Go out there and continue doing such fantastic work. Now, for you at home, thank you, Abby. And for you at home, if you want to also recognize all of those people out there, maybe give them some nice discounts. Go out there and use your Nedbank and give them a nice little pack, because you do get discounts when you shop at Waltons with Nedbank. Go on to nedbank.co.za to find out all about that. But of course, to everybody else who is really soldiering on and powering on, as it were, during this really difficult time, we do take our hats off to you, and we do say here's to you, Mzansi. Time now to find out what's happening in the world. Here's Zoe with the news.
Thank you, Tabiso. Starting with national news, a helicopter pilot and 4 healthcare workers died when the medical rescue helicopter they were flying in crashed near Berkville in KZN, claiming the lives of all on board. They were Dr. Kopotso Mononyane, an anesthetist, Dr. Sia Mahlangu, a cardiothoracic surgeon, Mpho Mkaba, a specialist theatre nurse for cardiothoracic and transplant, Sinjin Joshua Ferrance, an advanced life support paramedic, and the pilot of the helicopter, Mark Strockrater. They were en route to the hospital, a hospital in Hillcrest, to transfer a critically ill patient to Netgate Mill Park Hospital in Johannesburg. And staying with local news, social media was flooded with tributes to the minister and the presidency, 62-year-old Jackson Mthembu, who died yesterday morning of COVID-19 related complications. This after Mthembu announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19 after receiving medical attention for an abdominal pain. The immensely popular Mthembu was a prominent part of the government's response to COVID-19 pandemic. He will be remembered in media circles for cultivating an open relationship between the media and those in power, and for his honesty, leadership, openness, kindness, and great sense of humor. We now move to news beyond our own borders, where American infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci yesterday informed the World Health Organization that the US will not be leaving the organization. This as President Joe Biden has reversed former President Donald Trump's decision to leave the UN's health agency. Fauci, chief medical advisor to the president, said the US will also fulfill its financial obligations to the WHO and as well as seize a drawdown of staff who work with the organization. He added that the US relationship with the organization is one that they value deeply. And African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say Africa's COVID-19 case fatality rate is now higher than the global average, which is worrying and concerning. Africa's death rate stands at 2.5% against a global average of 2.2%. Earlier during the pandemic, Africa recorded lower death rates than the global average, but in the second wave, 21 African nations have had a death rate above 3%. The continent has so far confirmed 3.3 million COVID-19 cases, with 2.7 million recoveries and some 81,000 deaths. And now news of a young woman's poem that held the world spellbound on Wednesday. Millions watched in awe on Wednesday when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were inaugurated as US President and Vice President, respectively. But it was 22-year-old Amanda Gorman, the youngest poet ever to perform at a presidential inauguration, who held a watching global audience in rapture reading her self-penned poem, The Hill We Climb. It began with, "When day comes, we ask ourselves where we find light in this never-ending shade." She went on to reference the storming of Capitol Hill on 6 January and declared, "We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it and would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated." Gorman described herself as a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother who can dream of becoming president. She was widely praised and did a splendid job finding the right words at the right time. Her poem will live long and beyond the time and space of the moment. Gorman became LA's Youth Poet Laureate at 16, and 3 years later, while studying sociology at the prestigious Harvard University, she became a National Youth Poet Laureate. Well, on that good note, that's where I leave your morning headlines for now. Let's take another look at your sport.
It's high-stakes rugby and the talisman is back. Springbok captain Siya Kolisi is back to lead Western Province in their Currie Cup semi-final against the Sharks at Newlands tomorrow. Kolisi missed the team's 2 previous matches due to COVID-19 protocols. That first Currie Cup semi-final will see the table-topping Bulls up against the Lions in Pretoria at 2 p.m. Thereafter, Western Province will face Sharks in Cape Town at 4:30 p.m. Then bringing it, or staying home at least, for footballing news, reigning Premier Soccer League champions Mamelodi Sundowns and Swallows FC will battle for the top spot in the league. That's when they face each other tomorrow at 3 p.m. Asandawana and the Birds remain level on 26 points in the top 2 positions, goal difference separating the two at the moment. Both teams were held earlier this week. Sundowns drew 0-0 against Bloem Celtic and Swallows missed the chance to go top of the table, ending 1-1 with Chippa United. Some other fixtures to look out for this weekend. We'll see Stellenbosch FC hosting Kaizer Chiefs, now in search of a 4th straight victory. Maritzburg United, they face Orlando Pirates, still in search of a victory. And then Chakuma Cha Mazivandila, they'll take on Super Sport United. A little further afield, it's finally happened. Defending English Premier League champions Liverpool dropped points on match day 18 after suffering a 1-0 defeat to Burnley at their home ground Anfield. So Burnley's Ashley Barnes converted a penalty after being fouled by goalkeeper Alisson. The Reds' impressive 68-game unbeaten run has now come to an end. Burnley has done what no side has managed to do since Crystal Palace back in April of 2017 by beating Jurgen Klopp's side at home in the Premier League. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take another look at some of your beautiful sunrise vistas.
Thanks a lot, Graham. We welcome you back to another weather report right here on Expresso. And how it works is that you send us some sunrise photos, and we just love it and we marvel over it with you on SABC3. So send it through to our Expresso Facebook page, please, as soon as you can. If you see something great, take a snap and send it our way. Let's start you with Tandeka Mgoza from Impandle, KZN. Sent through this moody-looking image. Your day will warm up from a low of 15 degrees to peak at 29 degrees. And then Verity Barnes Herbert from Riebeck West, a regular contributor, sent through this beautiful pic of the sun casting casting a golden glow over her area. You are in a scorcher of a day. Dangerous heat and blazing sunshine is forecast with a high of 40 degrees. Yes, you heard right. Stay in shaded areas or indoors if possible, and don't forget the SPF if you are heading outside. And thank you to each and every one of you for sending through those beautiful sunrise pictures. Please keep on sending them and head over to our Facebook page. Send them over there, and we'd love to feature you on Expresso. Let's get you some weather updates. Now, the surging, swirling water mass of the Orange River is presently thundering over the Ochrabis waterfalls, and this has reached the falls, situated some 120 kilometers west of Uppington in the Northern Cape a few days ago. The falls last had so much water in 2014, and the present site is truly an awesome one. The Garib Dam overflowed after water from the confluence of the Vaal and Harts River had joined the Orange River, and the Khoi people called the Ochrabis Okoribes, a place of great noise. The falls are about 60 meters high. The gorge below the falls is some 240 meters deep and runs for 18 kilometers. There are many deposits of alluvial diamonds along the Orange River, and legend has it that the largest accumulation of diamonds in the world lies in the swirl hole eroded into the granite at the foot of the Ochrabis by the mighty crashing waters. Just a little update for you if you are looking for diamonds. If you are looking for temperatures, you come to the right place. Let's start you off with Polokwane, 14 to 31 for you today. Let's go over to Bombela, 17 to 31. Pretoria, you're a high of 33. That is from a low of 17 this morning. Johannesburg, 31, your high. That's from a low of 16, just to let you know over there. And then Mahikeng, 18 to 32 today. Klerksdorp, hello. I hope you're doing very, very well this morning. 33, your high. That is from a low of 18. A very high 22 degrees is your minimum in Kimberley, and that goes up to 35 degrees. Do stay hydrated in that area. Bloemfontein, 19 to 32 today. Richards Bay, 22 to 33 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, 33, your high this afternoon from a low of 19 this morning. Durban, 23, your low to a high of 31 a little later. 32 with thunder showers at 40% chance. 21 the low. That's Mthatha. East London, 23 to a high of 28. Cradock, 21 to 38 for you. And then Port Elizabeth, 27 your high. That's from a low of 21. George, 27 the high as well. 19 the low. The mother city, 28 degrees, and that is from a low of 19. They say life begins at 40, but so does sweat. Worcester, 40 degrees your high today from a low of 18. Sutherland, 60 to 33, and then Uppington once again at 39 degrees. That's from a low of 25. Those are your temperatures in the hotter areas. Do stay hydrated, and if you see a good sunrise, send it our way.
Well, listen, it is also time for the kids to get back to school and time to help your children get off to a flying start with a great back-to-school offers. And Nedbank can help put them ahead of the pack.
Now, you can save 10% in-store on the widest range of quality school supplies at Walton's when using your Nedbank credit card. Plus, you can also enjoy up to 55 days interest-free credit. Sounds amazing to me.
It sounds amazing. And find every essential item you're looking for all under one roof, from scissors to markers and all things scholastic, so your child can be prepared for anything the new year may hold.
Now, what you want to do is use the voucher code NEDWTNS08 to get your discount with your credit card, and the offer is valid until the 31st of January 2021. And remember, those T's and C's do apply and can be found on nedbank.co.za.
That's right. So we're going to say hashtag here's to you, Mzansi parents, for being A+ back to school parents.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. And to kick off our Friday, we have a very special guest. Now, we first introduced Mzansi to the young and passionate film director, directing talent that is Katya Aberdeen Rohani when she was only 19 years old, having just screened her first short film called Skin Diver. And 3 years later, her work has been featured in festivals across Europe and Africa. She has worked on music videos for some of SA's hottest talent, and she is one of South Africa's ambassadors for Girls in Film, a global platform for female filmmakers. Please welcome her back onto her couch, and it's now your couch. It's all yours, Katya.
I'm so glad that I get to sit down with you guys now as well, because you guys had a good chat about being a wife now, but now let's go back. You've had such an interesting journey in film, and also had so many highlights, not only on a national front, but also on an international level. Take us back and where that all started for you.
So it really started from when I finished school. I decided I need to do whatever I can to make film and to see if this is something that I actually can do and love. And I, sold my TV, did whatever I could, and that was, Skin Diver. And since then, it's really just been a very intuitive journey. There's been a lot of mistakes or learnings that I've gone through, deciding not to go to film school, deciding to kind of go into the film industry more practically and work with producers who believe in me, work with people I can learn from on set. So I've had a very practical journey and learning through film, and that's worked for me. And really everyone's journey is different. Some people need film school for some structure, but I was very clear on directing and writing, and I really knew what I was interested in, so that allowed me to just jump in and kind of figure it out. And since then, it's been amazing how opportunities have opened up to work with, very amazing musicians in South Africa, to work with people I just admire from a photography point of view and film, and how much learning has been done just by like I said, jumping in practically.
Yeah.
And following your intuition and seeing, where does it feel right, and what am I interested in telling, and what doesn't feel so right, and going like that. And I still very much feel like I'm just in the beginning, I mean, yeah, I have so much that I'm trying to work on and trying to develop and refine, and I feel like I've just stepped my little toe in, so it's just the beginning,
It is the beginning of what's going to be a very fulfilling and illustrious career for you, and you've done so much already, and I think it speaks to that you had a vision and you had a direction that you want to take your career in, which a lot of people are still trying to figure out when they start, which is already your advantage point. Now, being in the film industry, having had the experience you've had, how would you say are females represented in the film industry?
Well, I think like anywhere in the world, in any industry, there's a lot of space for women to take up more space, for female voices and visions and ideas to take up space. And that's really lacked in the film industry. I mean, in all industries, but I guess the film industry is one where you see it working, you can see it all happening, and you can tell very obviously where there's a lack of, female sensitivity or female intuition or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I haven't had bad experiences in the film industry, luckily. Many women have had many bad experiences, which I haven't, but I have noticed a lack of just female presence and female direction and females in all spaces.
Yeah.
So it's been a learning also as a woman how to become more and more comfortable with taking up that space and with, being in a position of kind of giving direction and being comfortable in that role.
Yeah.
And also not being, working with people who also respect that and who also are trying to push women forward as
because they can
males.
do it too.
And because it really requires everyone to work together, and everyone has to believe that we need to open doors and give up, like males giving up their seats to allow women to come into those spaces because they want that as well.
Yeah. I also want to ask you how you got involved in being an ambassador for this and being just a female representation that's saying, yes, I'm taking up space, yes, I'm here, there's a seat for me, and cementing your own way, and also a very interesting way indeed.
Yeah, it's really an honor. I'm an ambassador along with two other amazing females, Hale Hala and Khale, and together we're really trying to create spaces that we never had and create a sense of mentorship and guidance, and really with Girls in Film to create a space for femme, non-binary, female identifying people to have access to resources, learn, how can I fund my films? How can I write better? How can I find people who I need to work on this project? Or who just have questions about, directing or writing or producing or whatever it is, and they don't know, who to go to, who to turn to ask those questions and the little nitty-gritty things. And so it's been amazing to have this space that we are, again, just in the very beginning of, and to be able to see how can we, open spaces for those conversations. How can we be there for people in a way that we always wanted and we never had? Even in a virtual way, that it can be, someone who's sitting in a town in Durban or East London or whatever, they can contact us and connect to us. And again, that really happened for me through just being open to who's out there and meeting people in a very intuitive, natural way that landed me to be able to be an ambassador for Girls in Film, which is really an honor.
And you're setting a great example. So definitely check out Girls in Film. They're on Facebook as well as Instagram, and visit their website, girlsinfilm.net, for more information. Katja, it's been amazing hearing your side of the things. You're a big inspiration to a lot of women who are intimidated to enter the film space, and you are setting the boundaries that, hey, it's okay for us to be there. But you're going to be hanging out with us for the rest of the morning alongside your husband. And of course, we love speaking all things movies, and when it comes to the TV, what is happening on SABC this weekend?
I wish you could see how JP looks at his own intro on a daily basis, right, in Expresso. I mean, it's the best thing to watch you watch yourself.
I'm perplexed, honestly. Like, it's very flattering that Expresso associates me with rambunctious music such as that. But like, the last thing I probably listened to was Herb Alpert's like Spanish Fly or something like that.
But you deserve it. You do. And when it comes to movies, you're the guy I trust. Okay, keep the music going. But we do have two fantastic movies that are coming up this weekend. There'll be some a little bit later, but let's start off with these two. Tonight at 9:30, there is a movie called Tiger Theory that you need to hear about. It is such a curious movie, and I think that in a lot of ways, it's a movie where if you feel like you are in a jaded marriage, and you're a hubby.
Why are you glaring at me?
And just no, I'm not glaring. I would never glare. But if you're one of those individuals, you feel so jaded, you're like, oh my word, my wife controls my life. This is essentially a little adventure into that particular sort of sentiment.
Yeah, and I suppose like the sense of victimhood as well. Speaking of gender in film and representation, this seems really appropriate right now. So Tiger Theory is a Czech movie, and not so much a middle-aged midlife crisis type thing, because the dude is 70 in it, but similar to, I suppose if you're a fan of About Schmidt or anything that Bill Murray's been in, reminds me a bit of the Royal Tenenbaums, actually, in a way, because what the guy does is to get away from his wife, who not just because she's a woman, but because of, it seems like it's a trend in her family, is quite controlling, but in a way that she thinks is well-meaning, because he's, impractical, he maybe doesn't have his head together and everything like that. So out of concern, because the movie starts with they're saying, oh, Czech women, they live 9 years longer on average than men, because men drink, they smoke, they eat badly, and whatever. So out of concern for his health, she's quite regimented in a way. And that has left him feeling a bit hemmed in, especially as it starts with him attending the funeral of his father-in-law, who actually took his own life, out of also feeling like he didn't live his own path and something like that. Anyway, so it's a comedy drama. You can clearly see it's a drama as well. And looks really interesting, especially if we are talking about this kind of stuff about, like, cliches about, oh, all women are like this, all men are like that. Maybe a good conversation to good conversation starter. But, obviously during lockdown, try and be nice to your spouse. Don't argue about the movie too much. Just have some fun. SABC 3 tonight at 9:30 p.m. Tiger Theory. Looks well filmed, and I think a lot of Czech fans and even international critics were saying, could have actually been submitted for consideration to the Oscars because that actor is especially good. But yeah, like I said, if your thing is anything with Bill Murray, like going through the motions, going through it, full caps, then probably Tiger Theory is going to be a delight for you, funny enough.
Okay, Tiger Theory, done and dusted, 9:30, that's this evening. Let's go to tomorrow. This is a completely different narrative because when it comes to a movie called Adam, this is it's a very, very different.
True story for a start.
Yes.
The guy named Adam Neskar. And, this has happened to people I know. Seriously, everyone, don't just dive off random docks. Cervical damage is what this guy suffered in real life.
Yeah.
Because he was quite a go-getter. He was, this character, Adam, was, by the way, Jesse Pinkman, obviously, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
A lot of people will remember him. Breaks Bad, I suppose. His spine, that's a bad pun, I'm sorry. Where his career's on the up and up. Everything's looking like it's glowing. He's finding the goal of his dreams. Everything's coming together. And in real life, like I said, this guy, during his most celebratory moment, this go-getter, this grab life by the throat type guy, gripped it and ripped it and jumped off into a very sort of shallow pond and then severed his spinal cord from the neck down. So he ends up being quadriplegic. The tale then goes on to have him with this nurse who is, for some reason, she is Eastern European, and well, obviously it's a true story. I don't know why for some reason I said she was a real person. While he's starting to feel more and more sorry for himself, which obviously is his right because of the calamity he's been through, she helps him get back on the horse and realize you can still live a life and you can just sort of accept what's happened to you. How do you move forward knowing that life is different from now on? His boss actually ends up being quite supportive. The real life boss ended up financing this movie because he was so inspired by the guy in real life, who, shame, this movie only came out in 2020. The real life guy died in 2017. So didn't even get to see his own life story told, but Aaron Paul looks like he does it justice here. Maybe a bit generic, maybe it feels like a lot of things you've seen before, and weirdly enough, Bryan Cranston did one that was very similar, The Upside with Kevin Hart.
Yes.
Don't you remember, Bryan?
I do remember, yeah.
So I don't know what the Breaking Bad boys are up to there, but if you love the touchy-feely stuff, and especially the fact that it's a true story, and if you are feeling, maybe in your own life, maybe a bit useless and you can't move forward, then it's inspiring enough to see other people who could, despite all the odds, move on with theirs and excel the way he did. I read his obituary. Wow, the dude was a really, really sweet guy who went from helping his colleagues and getting promotions for that reason and being such an impressive employee to helping other people who've had spinal injuries, volunteering himself for medical research as well in real life. Aaron Paul being his most Aaron Paul in that scene you just saw there. Adam is tomorrow, as you said. That's 9:30 p.m. on SABC 3.
Oh, I love it. You know what? The great thing is we have an entire spread. So if you're looking for something this evening at 9:30, you got Tiger Theory, check, and check film. And then, of course, tomorrow, 9:30, you got Adam. So make the most of your marriage. Make the most of life right here on SABC 3.
Play nice, guys.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hello,
So now that you're prepped for all of the cool movies that you can catch over the weekend, we want to talk to you about some of the other shows maybe that you love. And we know that people get fanatical about the TV shows that they love. And we posted that on our social media platforms earlier this morning. What shows grab you the most on SABC? And this is what some of you have had to say.
Yeah, we have Sanza Innocent Matlala saying Skim Sam is one of those on the top over there. Talwando also says, good morning, family team. I think Expresso Morning Show and YoTV Live. I'm in Port Elizabeth. Shout out to you, Talwando, from Port Elizabeth.
I was hoping that we'd get a lot of Expresso shows. I thought that was the one that we were kind of pushing for. Nafisa September saying Muvango on SABC2. Talk about legend. Stembiso saying NCIS that plays on SABC3. Great drama.
My vibe. And then last but definitely not least, Peterson is going with me as well this morning because this is what I wanted. Siebendelaan.
Is it your favorite?
It is. I was explaining this to Carl, like 6:30 religiously. My mommy starts dishing up, and then it starts playing.
It's part of like your rhythm. You know?
I wouldn't know what to do.
I love it.
What about you?
You know what I've grown to love now, because I also suppose because we've had an inside view into how it's been made and where it's come from. I've loved the Insider essay and how it's kind of changed the way that we do magazine TV. So I've really enjoyed that. But of course, my favorite show is the Expresso show. Because I get to do it every day. That's why, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
My goodness, that's good.
So, what is your favorite show on SABC?
You know what? I feel like behind the scenes of Expresso would be my ultimate drama series, like comedy show. People don't know this.
So if people got to see what goes on behind the scenes, that could be a TV show on its own. I agree with you. It's a combination of everything. Horror. Yes, sometimes. Comedy. Most times.
The drama.
The drama of it all.
Is unbelievable.
It is so unbelievable. But yeah, let us know. Continue letting us know using that hashtag Expresso Show. Now, 2021 is a brand new year. It's off to a really good start. And with so many people making resolutions over here, over there, everywhere. Will 2021 be that year where you start making your own cheese? Maybe, maybe not. Well, with Chef Clem Pedro's easy ricotta recipe, you might find it hard to resist. You might actually step into that space and start making your own cheese. Plus, he's throwing it in, some really nice mini ricotta fritters, or frittatas rather, to boot. Whew, that sounds so yum.
It is. So earlier this week, young Zoe and I were in the kitchen together.
Yes.
And I was talking about New Year's food resolutions.
Yeah.
And I asked her what hers was, and hers is not to get so many app-delivered meals. And,
yes.
And I love that.
Did you know she's actually stopped using her app, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So proud of her. So proud of her. She's over there. She's somewhere. Yeah. She's not ordering food. That's what she's doing.
I can tell you that. So I've actually placed an order on the same app.
Oh, my goodness. No. Okay. Mine was more meal prepping because get home so late at night, we end up having dinner at 10 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Then I asked on social media, people went crazy and were like, meal prepping. We had a viewer from Panama saying, meal prepping.
So is that like, that's the main thing for a lot of people who actually want to make sure that they eat clean?
Yes.
And they always have something to eat readily available at home.
That's the thing, and they never want to be caught off guard. So let's just talk about this. So it's Friday, and I actually want our viewers at home today, go get some Woolies milk and make your own ricotta cheese. Okay. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Okay.
You know what? Saying make your own cheese easy in one sentence, I'm just like, sir, please think about what you're saying.
Okay, no, I promise you. Okay, so I'm going to add some salt. This is just milk, right? And I've got it on such a low heat. Okay. It's just like bubbling, okay? It's not boiling.
That's just salt, nothing else in there.
Just salt. In fact, I'm gonna add a little more salt. We're making ricotta cheese, and ricotta cheese is quite like nutrient flavor, so it likes all the added flavors you add to it, okay? That's in there with the milk. Then you're gonna add an acid. You can use citric acid, but we don't have that. I mean, do you have citric acid at home?
I have no acid at home.
Okay,
nothing
no, you
whatsoever.
do. You do.
What acid do I have?
Vinegar.
Oh, is that an acid?
Yes. You've got lemons at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an acid.
I've got many acids at home.
So guys, next week, the show you will not be seeing on Expresso is Science with the Biso. We're cancelling it.
Yeah, that has to go. That has to
Just
go. But
joking, you're awesome.
What doesn't go is the fact that we've loaded the website with all of the recipes we're making on the show, and especially this one you're going to love. It's a standout for me. Making your own cheese at home. Yes, sir. Go on to expressoshow.com or go on to woolworths.co.za rather. They've got all of that there. And then you get to shop some really fantastic deals on there. woolworths.co.za.
It's done.
What's done?
I've made cheese.
No, man.
I've made cheese.
Where's the cheese?
I've made cheese.
Where's it?
Okay, I added the vinegar. Camera above, they can see that. What's that nursery rhyme about someone who ate the curds in whey?
I don't know it. I went to a Hammanskraal crash, man.
Then we got from the background, Little Miss Muffet who sat in the tuffet eating her curds in whey. What I've
Where's
done now...
the cheese, Chef Clem? Less singing, more cheesing.
Okay. So, the curds and the whey have separated.
I want to see that.
The curds are what we want. That's going to be our cheese, okay?
No,
Are you ready for this? While you were telling the people about where to get their recipe, I've made cheese. Okay?
Wow.
I've got some muslin cloth, and to be honest with you, you don't need to go and find specific muslin cloth or cheesecloth.
Wow.
Go to any like fabric store, and then ask them where their los lapis are. Do you know what a los lapis is? It's all the offcuts of material.
That are left
and you get a piece of this, it's nice and porous. The reason you want that is because you want to put it in your sieve, and then you're going to separate. Look at this. This is all the curd.
I'm mind blown.
You're mind blown. I'm telling you,
it's
like a miracle. So all I do then is, once it gets nice and cool it like to see if it'll turn. You want to just keep it in the sieve, let all that liquid drain off, and then what you've got is beautiful ricotta cheese. Is it easy? Is it easy? Is it easy?
It is so easy. You've got Jamie Lee and everybody else standing behind the cameras.
Wow,
Everybody's
we've got
standing
like an audience on the side. I love it.
Looking into the kitchen. Well, this is so inspiring and it's so beautiful because I think a lot of people are going to want to try this one. It's something completely different to try and do in the kitchen.
Okay.
I love that.
So,
I love that.
Literally.
Can I feel the texture?
Yes, the longer you leave it in the fridge to kind of just hang and let that whey separate from it, the firmer it'll become. This is, and especially because you're making it fresh, it is so creamy. It is so creamy. Tapiso's like,
It is creamy.
It's so delicious.
Rich and creamy.
Okay.
What's the trick then? Would it be to make it sort of consume it fresh straight after making it?
It depends what you want to use it for.
Okay, cool.
So what we did was when I had like last year, I had some fresh bread coming out, and I was like, my goodness, we actually, like, I didn't go shopping. I got fresh bread, butter, which is always a win. Then I had some like pesto and things left over, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make some ricotta cheese. My wife was like, no, you're not. I made fresh ricotta cheese. It was still warm. I spread it over the bread with the pesto. Mind blown. Okay? If you want to use it for things like salads or like we do today, make it early in the morning and use it in the afternoon so it's nice and firm.
You're really taking us on a journey here.
I've got a little bit of time.
This.
Are you ready for this?
Yes,
I'm going to save it again.
Okay,
so you made this on Friday. You made your cheese on Friday, right? Now we fast forward. Sunday you had your chicken roast. And you had some roast vegetables, right?
Yeah.
So we finished the chicken because in my house there's no such thing as leftover chicken.
That doesn't happen in anyone's house.
No,
it shouldn't be happening. If it does happen, call me. I'll come fetch the chicken on that day.
But I took the leftover veggies. Sorry, can you crack some eggs in there for me?
Yeah.
I took the leftover veggies and I put them in a muffin tin. Now, here's another saving. Willie sells those little brownie square tins, right? If you're going to make these, make them on Sunday, or pop them in the oven even Monday morning. They take 5 minutes to cook. And the good thing about the square ones, what shape was your lunchbox when you grew up?
Square.
Square.
Yeah.
4 of those fit in perfectly in your lunchbox.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. And these are really, really great. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, very, very
But
quick.
I think I love the fact that you can extend the usage occasions of this, right?
Yeah.
It's really
Absolutely.
awesome.
You're getting the most out of your ingredients.
Away there while you are doing that. I just need to get some tissue.
So this is what I would say is like a really good meal prepping dish. I really love it. Again, you said you're using all your leftover ingredients.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely love. 2021, we're not wasting at
anything.
All. Nothing.
Nothing goes to waste.
Get my little spatula, get some of this. Like I said, the longer it sits, the firmer it'll become.
Look at that. It actually really does look quite firm now.
And what's really cool, when they go into the oven, the outside bits that make contact with the oven, or the heat, they go nice and crispy. The bits inside there go out like so creamy. I can't even explain how creamy it goes. It's delicious. All I'm going to do...
So you'd use, you can use any sort of vegetables with this. There isn't like a clash when it comes to ricotta, hey?
Nah, ricotta is such, because it's so neutral in flavor, because it's got such a neutral palate as well, it just goes well with everything.
A lot. Okay,
you could make a sweet version if you want with honey.
Oh, yes. I like the sound of that. Listen, go on to woolworths.co.za if you want to get your hands on this recipe.
Make cheese!
Honestly, that's it. I think that should be the hashtag for the year 2021.
Yes, absolutely.
Hashtag make cheese.
Make dollars
when
and make
life
cheese.
throws lemons at you,
You add milk
hashtag
and you make cheese.
you make cheese. Yes.
Are you ready for a sizzling summer holiday in Mzansi? Your best holiday is yet to come when you book at any participating Marriott branded hotel. Redefine your holiday with a beach break, nature retreat, or a road trip adventure. With the Marriott Summer Holiday offer, you can enjoy 25% off standard hotel rates, including free breakfast if you're a Marriott Bonvoy member and 15% if you're a non-Bonvoy member. Book on Marriott.com for the best rates guaranteed.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso. We're live here on SABC3. It's a brand new day. It's a Friday morning. It's the weekend, baby. Oh, yes. And as they say, a change is as good as a holiday. So why not consider a style update? It's that time. It's that time of the year. It's time to switch things up, time to change. And when it comes to trends, we are seeing big changes in the world of men's fashion. And Danielle Weekly is here to address the men's style guide for 2021. Because that's where the attention is at right now. The guys are sitting there thinking, okay, it's a brand new year, I'm making brand new resolutions, but how am I going to switch my style up and how am I going to update my life? Because Danielle, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Again. But we've seen such big changes in 2020. We saw that year, 2020, changed the way that we live, that we work, that we socialize, that we just dress. What are the trends that we've picked up from then, but what are the trends we can expect to see going forward?
So I think it's exactly that. 2020 gave us that chance to realize that there's a whole part of our wardrobe that we weren't using anymore, thanks to the fact that we were all working from home.
Yeah.
And the fashion trends, particularly in menswear, have seen that running through into 2021. So there's very little in the way of formal wear, and there's far more of a focus on casual wear. So taking athleisure and the kind of joggers and casual clothes and bombers and tees that we would have been wearing into something a little bit smarter, because you still want to be presentable at home in front of a Zoom or whatever it might be, but more than anything, you want to be comfortable and you aren't actually getting out.
So comfort has become very important, it sounds like, but it sounds like making sure that even though you are working from home and even though you are studying from home or spending a lot more time at home, that you don't want to let your fashion and your style go to the ground. You want to elevate it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So what trends can we look forward to in 2021? What are the big statements?
So for me, the things that I love, and I mean, it's such a fashion thing to say that we're looking at comfort, because actually you really should be comfortable all the time, and yet we all know that we are not.
What is the fashion that they say? child. If it's comfortable, don't wear it.
I love the chinos. I love the fact that they come with like a cuff bottom for a lot of them. There are lots of different fits. So there's slim fits. The colors, as you can see, there are a whole lot of different shades of it, which I think is brilliant. There's a huge focus on sustainable fabrics, so casual fabrics that keep you cool, so denims, cottons. I am permanently obsessed with a denim shirt for menswear. I think you can style it up, dress it down, leave it open, have a tee. And then the t-shirts and things obviously remain a key focus because that's where you can bring in color. I know
those are your staples,
that
right?
there are a lot of dudes who don't necessarily want to get pulled into fashion colors. The fashion colors for this year are pink and mustard yellow.
So pink is back.
And green.
Mustard yellow is making a big comeback. I know that 2 years ago, mustard yellow was the buzz for everyone, men and women, right?
But that's it, and I think it's a really wearable color because a lot of guys don't necessarily want to be in head to toe. We're not expecting a Harry Styles, a full look. Just bringing in some of those colors, and then obviously the prints and things are still great. And I love a bit of a monochromatic vibe with the chino, with a little open jacket over it, with a denim jacket over it.
It's a really nice way to keep it styled, but also sort of like comfortable at the same time. To find that balance can be quite tricky for guys, but this seems like the easiest way to be able to do that.
But that's exactly it.
Right?
And I think that, you know, often fashion can get really complicated about things, and I think that when you're looking at casual wear, it doesn't have to just be a hoodie and a t-shirt. And I feel like we did spend a lot of last year in boardies.
That is not casual wear. That is just like, I don't want to do anything. I actually just want to lay on the couch and do absolutely nothing for the rest of the day. No.
No.
No, no, no. As Margaret Thatcher has said very famously many times. But we want to see how these looks can come to life, head to toe. And you've got a model.
I do. I have got a model today. Yay!
The dad is
Okay,
back.
well, look at that. The denim certainly is back, or the daddy is back. But look at all of those coming together. Take us through this look.
I know you're probably looking at it and thinking groundbreaking, chinos and a shirt with a bomber. But the thing that I really wanted to show off, and thank you for doing it so beautifully, is the bomber. Because this is a huge trend for 2021. And I think the reason is twofold. The one is that when are we ever wearing outerwear? Like coats are dead in the water right now. You're never leaving your house for long enough to have like those extra layers. You're not wearing jackets because no one's suited and booted for their work day. The bomber jacket kind of operates at that level, is that you can keep it on indoors. It's super light. This one's got a quilting inside, so it's a little bit warmer. It's great
It's got
as
like a
casual
nice huggy,
outerwear.
huggy feel, right?
It has the comfort factor. They're great fabrics. I love the fact that the colors can be mixed up inside and out, so you've got a great lining with something cool on the outside. So it gives you a little flash of trend colors without feeling like you have to be wearing those hot shades all the time. And it looks great with the shirt. It'll look great with the t-shirt. You're an excellent model.
He looks really good. G-Man, how do you feel about the look?
I feel like I can be a dad in this, which is vital when I'm working from home as well. No, I love the fact that it's relaxed, but it's elevated.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
when
it.
you laugh about doing Zoom meetings at home, but often you're doing important meetings from home. But you do need to feel relaxed. I like the fact that I can dress this up and dress it down, and I love the bomber jackets. You know, business on the outside, party on the inside.
But check the confidence and the energy that it's sort of injected into Graham instantly, pretty much, right? Because when you're elevated in your style, you really do feel that way, and you project it in your energy. That looks stunning. Danielle, I really love your work. I really love your work, and I know what I'm keeping off of this reel. The white one. Oh, the weekend is here, baby girl. Bold choices for the weekend. But of course, this brand new year, 2021, is all about versatility, playing with stuff and making sure that your wardrobe really does work for you. It's about bringing your personality across. And you can shop all of these menswear trends and styles, and there are many of them, in store at Woolies or online as well as on their app. Go out there and elevate 2021. Oh, yes.
Oh, well, listen, we've been hanging out with newlyweds Dr. Smile, or Lex Leo, and his beautiful wife, Katja, who is in the film industry, a medical student and an all-round fabulous person. We're about to now play a little bit of a game just to see how well the newlyweds know each other. Just a little test.
Absolutely. It's quick fire questions, so it's no pressure. You guys have only been married for 3 weeks. But you guys know each other for quite a long time, so I'm sure you'll be able to answer it off the top of your head. Are you guys ready?
Got it covered.
Okay, so you want to go first?
I'll go first. Okay, Dr. Smile. Katja is known for being a filmmaker, which we know. What is her ultimate favorite movie?
Joe. The Notebook.
Is it The Notebook?
Oh,
You know, the
yes,
problem
The
is-
Notebook, yes, the first time I watched it, I weeped the entire film. So I'll say yes, true.
Depends on your mood.
Also,
I have too many. I have too many I have too many favorite films. That was a very hard question.
Okay. Okay, Katya, we're going to go to you. Which celeb do you think your husband is dying to have next on his dentist chair?
Oh, that's a really hard question. Beyonce? Like, I don't know.
You can come. I welcome Beyonce.
Beyonce, you know, I wanted to go straight to the top, so Beyonce.
Beyonce, amazing. Now, we've always wanted to know, what does AGYB mean?
Oh, we can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Tell them.
It's a hashtag you use on your photos.
Yes, it means always got your back.
Let us see. Why didn't you want to tell us that?
No, I was just playing.
Okay.
It's always got your back.
We'll bring it back to you, Katya. Who is the better chef between the two of you?
Definitely him. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm still catching up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Smile, who is the untidiest? Ooh. Who's the untidiest?
Either of us.
Probably, no, probably me.
Yeah. You can be messy sometimes, but not like
Different,
intentionally.
right? Different.
It's like he'll just need to clean his room every now and then when it...
Probably me.
Katya, you spoke to Zoe and I about this now, but who had more say in the wedding plans?
I mean, we were very equal. We planned everything together. There were just certain things that we were more involved in. So like was more involved in the flowers. He was more involved in the music. So
yeah.
But we did everything.
Yeah,
like,
everything
together.
was very much together.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Dr. Smile, would it be a deal breaker if Katya didn't floss?
I wouldn't have got to the point of marrying her if I had not got her oral health up to 100 visits.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, all of that was during our friendship, so we were safe.
Okay.
He was checking, are you
Also,
flossing?
maybe just tell everybody how important it is to floss.
Guys,
Yeah.
it's really important. 30% of the surfaces of your teeth are not exposed to your toothbrush. So please floss every night before you sleep.
And if you floss,
Every
you
night.
will.
Once a night? I mean, once a day at night before you sleep is easy.
Just do it.
And it's quick. It doesn't have to be
Yeah,
a
it's
10
quick.
long
It's
full
quick.
day.
Yeah,
You
just
go
do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just
I think this is a weird question to ask you, Katya, but just maybe you can say it. Who is the better kisser between the two of you? Because I don't know how you would rate yourself, but who is the better kisser?
Who's a better kisser?
I think we're unique kissers, you know? We can't compare. It's like we both bring a certain energy to the kissing.
To the kiss.
Yeah.
I think the question we all want to know is, how did you propose?
Sure.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. We have this spot down the west coast. It's a spot for many years. It's like the secluded
Secret beach
type situation. And I'd made this ring for her and I put it in a seashell. And I buried the seashell in the sand. And she went for a swim and I said, I found this beautiful shell. Come on. Look at this shell. This is mad. Anyway, she came back. She picked it up. She's like, wow, this thing's amazing.
Oh, you picked it up out of the
I picked it
sand.
out of the
and I was
sand.
like, what?
And she's like, what? Where do you find it? And then she opened it and showed the ring. And then, but it was just us two. There was no one else around. It was very intimate and special. And but in terms of proposing, it wasn't like she was surprised that we said, let's do this.
Yeah.
Because the whole dating process is really a mutual process of, are we good for one another to marry?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, is she going to say yes or no? You know.
Yeah, we
because
always
you're
spoke
in
about
this process
marriage.
together.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
I'm just like, what? That is so beautiful. Katya, how did you know he was the one?
Well, that's a funny story because we'd obviously been friends for many years, and since we were both younger, and I actually, when I was around 16, I got my heart broken by some boy, and even ever since then, I said to myself, no, after this, I'm just gonna wait until I can marry him. Like that was already what I said in my head, just based on our friendship and our relationship as even just as friends. So I don't know. I always just had this intuitive.
You always knew.
Feeling or hope. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Okay, well, listen, we have so many questions we would love to ask, and I'm sure as you guys hang out with us throughout the morning, we will be getting through to them.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to your performance.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm very excited about
Well,
this.
stay tuned to your Feel
Thank
Good
you.
Breakfast show. Katya and Dr. Smile, they are not going anywhere.
Oh, you can make my day.
your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back. This is SABC3 Expresso. Now, I need you to be entertained today. It has to be entertained. The entertainment is non-stop here, as you know. And there's a gentleman that just did a little couples challenge, and that gentleman was Dr. Smile. But now there's Dr. Smile and there's Lex Leo. And the last time we spoke to this gentleman, he's a rapper, he's a jeweler, he's a lecturer, he's a dentist, all of that in one spot. And in July, he performed on our stage, and he's back again. But before we get there, can I ask you a couple of questions? I need to, because I know that you're always up to something.
Always up to something.
Yes, you are. And I think that being a dentist, when it comes to people's entertainment values, they really, really have a cavity to fill. And you do that for them, which is always good.
I'm impressed with that.
Thank you very much. I'm going to try my best. But in 2019, you dropped an album called 13. And it's something that was very unique in its way because it is profanity-free. And you know, with hip-hop music, everybody has to drop some sort of a bomb somewhere. But you decided, hey, I'm going to just make sure that it's, you know, just clean and awesome.
Clean and for the kids.
Yeah.
Dope sounds. People must be able to dance to it.
Nice hairdo as well. Oh, very, very good hairdo.
This was me when I was 13 and when I started listening to hip-hop and rap, and I was like, okay, I need to be able to deliver something to all the kids, all the youth that's clean, that they can learn something from, they can enjoy. No twerking, no drugs.
Yes.
No alcohol. That's it. That was the purpose.
And that's a good purpose as well. I'm glad that hip-hop can be enjoyed by everybody. The other thing that you have on the radar is 2021. You know, naturally, 2019, you drop an album, but then, of course, you have some new stuff that's coming out. So what are you planning for this year? Are you planning to reinvent? Are we going to take another angle? What's the vibe?
So definitely another angle.
Yeah.
Everything I've dropped up to now has been hip-hop. And then I did that track that I just performed on your guys' show a few months ago, which was a very special charity track, Afro Beats.
Yeah.
I'm planning to release a genre called Afro-Persian. So Afro-Persian is going to take our African sounds, mix it with Persian lyrics, because I grew up Persian and I speak Farsi. And that's for the whole international market. And I want to release some pop, some stuff on guitar, different genres, see what people think.
Are you going to do that folk thing where you're going to show the guitar?
That little thing with the ukulele.
I'm chilling with my dentistry, yeah. One of those?
Yeah. But not this, because it's electric guitar.
I thought it was more of a ukulele. Sorry, the hands need to be closer for the ukulele. That's how it goes. Okay, but when it comes to this particular song you're about to perform for us, I know that any song that you make for your mama is going to be a hit.
Great.
Right?
Great.
Right?
From your mouth to, to the world's ears.
What's the song about? Tell me a bit more.
This song is a little bit about the guidance and the advice that my mother gave me going into the music industry. She's like, yo, you're going to go into this industry, it's rough, it's difficult, there's these problems, there's that. Focus, know what you're about, don't change. And I took a little bit of her voice clip because, you see, today's her birthday, but she passed away a few years ago. So it's life,
yes,
but we grow. We grow, and I take this advice that she gave me and I put it on a track. And so this is dedicated to her for her birthday. And listen to the words and dance.
Oh, this is special. Well, I mean, all the best. I mean, that's a beautiful sentiment, and I hope you'll enjoy it too. So without any further ado, this guy, you know him as Dr. Smile, but I think you should brace yourself. What? Oh, sorry. There we go. I'm going to do it like this. Stand by. As mentioned earlier, if you've got an entertainment cavity, this guy will fill it. Please welcome the filling that is on Expresso. It is Lex Leo with a song called Mama.
Shout out.
Hey. Hey, mama.
I want to see the energy.
I made you a song.
Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, Leo. Mama said I don't need no information from nobody put in the work. Then by the property, music monopoly, sorry, but there's no apology. My methodology differs, I'm different. I don't let the system is sick and it needs a physician in love with their music. Now I'm a musician, limited edition, like cruise on a mission under definition. I've tried again till they let me in, till I nasty win, till I Casper Green. In love with the music like ever since. Been writing and writing like I do no wrong. Lyrics on lyrics, I'm making these songs. Critics on critics, they're making me strong. Thought I give up and I'm cruising along. Mama said I'd always make it. Mama said I gotta try. Mama said never give up. Mama said aim for the sky. Shout it if you love your mama. Shout it if you love your mama. All the sons and all the daughters doing it all for our mama. I'ma skip the formalities. Mama, please don't be mad at me. I got to go in head first in the deep end and they gotta all take a stab at me. But it's worth it, it's worth it. If I don't know if it worthless. Ain't that why you birthed me? Take a drink to the thirsty. Yo, food to the hungry. Pick up a tech on my dreams and 100. Work through the night so that my dreams are funded. Try to let me down and I bounce back like bungee. I'ma rock like Jumanji. I'ma rock on my gigs. Till running like lickety split. I rap in the scene just a bit. Imagine when I get the hit. I wanna know what to do, man, I admit. What's important though is that I commit. Busy building up my name bit by bit. Ain't about winning, you just never quit. Mama said that, so I never did. I knew I was different since I was a kid. Thank you, Mama G, for all that you did. Mama said I'll always make it. Mama said I gotta try. Mama said never give up. Mama said aim for the sky. Shout it if you love your mama. Shout it if you love your mama. All the sons and all the daughters, doing it all for our mamas. Mama said I'll always make it. Mama said I gotta try. Mama said never give up. Mama said aim for the sky. Shout it if you love your mama. Shout it if you love your mama. All the sons and all the daughters, we doing it all for our mamas. Rest in peace, mom. We doing it all. Doing it all. Shout out Expresso. Thank you, South Africa.
Yes, Lex Leo. Yes. The sentiment of that song, it's amazing how a song with that type of depth has such good turn-up value as well.
Yeah, that's what I've always tried to do, is like, how do you get turn-up value and some type of lesson.
No, it's a beautiful song, man. I'm really, really looking forward to 2021. I'm excited about the future, about the other songs. And I think it's also with the tracks with the guitar or ukulele or electric guitars I've been strumming along. That is so good. Do you have any scoops for us? Just a last thing before we hit the news. Is there any news from you? Maybe just one thing that's coming up soon.
One thing that is coming up soon. My brain is not working, so no.
Brain is not working. The name of his new mixtape coming very, very soon. And now over to some news. Here's Zoe, Lex Leo.
Oh, thank you, Wasty. Well, let's take a final look at those national headlines. Starting with national news, Social Security Agency SASSA says it has only completed some 900 assessments for the renewal of issuing of temporary disability grants in the Western Cape, and that is out of more than 52,000 applications. SASSA yesterday said some 12,000 applicants have also been scheduled for appointments at their offices. The agency said they would be setting up additional temporary venues across the Western Cape to alleviate the overcrowding at their offices in the province. This after police last week used water cannons on people to enforce social distancing at the Belleville office. And staying with local news, a helicopter pilot and 4 healthcare workers died when the medical rescue helicopter they were flying in crashed near Bergville in KZN, claiming the lives of all on board. They were Dr. Khopotso Monyonyane, an anesthetist, Dr. Sia Mahlangu, a cardiothoracic surgeon, Mpho Gaba, a specialist theatre nurse for cardiothoracic and transplant, and Sinjin Joshua Ferrance, an advanced life support paramedic, and the pilot of the helicopter, Mark Stocksrater. They were en route to a hospital in Hillcrest to transfer a critically ill patient to Netcare Mill Park Hospital in Johannesburg. We now move to news beyond our own borders, where members of an alleged baby harvesting and child trafficking syndicate have been arrested in Ghana. It follows a sting operation in which 2 babies were sold to investigators for about $5,000 and $4,800 each. The 11 suspects include 2 doctors, 4 nurses, 2 mothers, 2 social welfare officers, and a traditional birth attendant. They were allegedly operating at health facilities in the capital Accra and the city of Tema. Authorities believe the mothers may have been told their babies had died after delivery. And staying with news abroad, American infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci yesterday informed the World Health Organization that the U.S. will not be leaving the organization. This as President Joe Biden has reversed former President Donald Trump's decision to leave the UN's health agency. Fauci, chief medical advisor to the president, said the U.S. also fulfilled its financial obligations to the WHO, as well as cease a drawdown of staff who work with the organization. He added that the U.S. relationship with the organization is one they value deeply. And now some news of how a satellite can help to protect Africa's big ears. A revolutionary new way of keeping a tab on Africa's elephants, that is counting and protecting them, has been developed by scientists making use of Earth observation satellite orbiting 600 kilometers above amongst the trees. And scientists are using these images to count African elephants from space. The breakthrough could allow up to 5,000 square kilometers of elephant habitat to be surveyed on a single cloud-free day by training a computer algorithm to identify elephants in a variety of backdrops. Oxford University conservation scientist Dr. Isla de Borg said, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your sport.
Thank you so much. So, big weekend in local rugby, and of course, Springbok captain Siya Kolisi is back to lead Western Province in their Currie Cup semi-final against the Sharks at Newlands tomorrow. Kolisi missing his team's 2 previous matches due to COVID-19 protocols. First Currie Cup semi-final will see the table-topping Bulls up against the Lions, that one in Pretoria. That's at 2 p.m. Thereafter, Province will face the Sharks in Cape Town at 4:30 p.m. Bringing it back to football news, reigning Premier Soccer League champions Mamelodi Sundowns and Swallows FC, excuse me, will battle it out for top spot in the league this weekend. That's when they face each other tomorrow at 3 p.m. Masandawana and the Birds remain level on points, 26 points each, with just goal difference separating the top 2 teams. Both teams were held earlier this week. Sundowns drawing 0-0 against Bloem Celtic, and then Swallows missing the chance to go top after ending 1-1 against Chippa United. Some other fixtures to look out for this weekend. Stellenbosch FC, they'll host Kaizer Chiefs in search of a 4th straight win. Maritzburg United will want to bounce back but face a wounded beast in Orlando Pirates. And then Chakuma Cha Maziwandila, they'll take on SuperSport United, still chasing the top spot. A little further afield, it's finally happened. Defending English Premier League champions Liverpool dropped points on match day 18 after suffering a 1-0 shock defeat to Burnley at their home ground Anfield. Burnley's Ashley Barnes converted a penalty after being fouled by goalkeeper Alisson. The Reds' impressive 68-game unbeaten run has now come to a grinding halt. Burnley has done what no side has managed to do since Crystal Palace did in April back of 2017 by beating Jurgen Klopp's side at home in the Premier League. And that's a wrap of your sport ahead of this bumper weekend of sporting action. Enjoy all of it. Right now, let's take one last look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
And we are wrapping up our last weather segment for the week by thanking all our viewers that have shared their sunrise images with us. We started with Tanya McRory that sent through this golden sunrise image from Shaka's Kraal in KZN. We then headed off to Ventersdorp, where Soli Salepe showed us this peaceful-looking morning. Tandeka Mgoza from Impandle posted this moody start to the day. And finally, we head to Riebeek West in the Western Cape, where regular sunrise photographer Verity Barnes Herbert took this warm sunrise image. We look forward to seeing what photos you share with us next week. Please share any of your sunrise images from this weekend on our Expresso Facebook page. On to some weather news. Tropical storm Eloise is set to impact South Africa. The Weather Service has warned of a possibility of heavy downpours and damaging winds in parts of Limpopo, Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal. Eloise was expected to make landfall in Mozambique during last night. This would result in torrential rain and destructive winds along the Mozambican coastline and the adjacent interior. Professor of Climatology at the Global Change Institute of Wits, that's Francois Engelbrecht, yesterday said that this could result in widespread flooding in parts of South Africa. He said current predictions are that it would reach tropical cyclone status today, and that is, of course, the most intense type of tropical storm South Africa gets. On to some of the temperatures from around the country. Let's start with you. Polokwane, 14 to 31 degrees in your area. Mbombela, 70 to 31 for you. Pretoria, you're a high of 33. That's from a low of 17. Johannesburg, 16 this morning to a high of 31. Mahikeng, 18 to 32. Klerksdorp, you're a high of 33 degrees today from a low of 18. Kimberley, shining bright like a diamond as always, but the diamond is hot, 35 from a low of 22. Bloemfontein, blooming beautifully at 32 as well, and 19 your low. Richards Bay, 22 to 33 today. Pietermaritzburg is at a high of 33 as well. That's from a low of 19. Durban, you're at a very high low of 23 and a high of 31. Mthatha, 21 to 32 with a 40% chance of thunder showers in your area. East London, 23 to to 28 for you. Craddock, 38 degrees from a low of 21. Port Elizabeth, 27 is your high today from a low of 21 degrees. George, 19 to 27. The mother city is at a high of 28 from a low of 19. And the highest temperature award goes to Worcester with a high temperature of 40 degrees, believe it or not. So please hydrate in that area and get the sunscreen out. Sutherland, 16 to 33. And then Uppington, a low of 25 to a high of 39 degrees. Thanks a lot for all of the sunrise pictures. Please keep them coming over the weekend. Expresso Facebook page is the place to go. And that's a wrap of your weather right here on SABC3.
Oh, well, it is a Friday, which means it's time for Expresso Friday Dance. And of course, we brought in our family. They've been on music videos, on international stages, and right now they're on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Can we please give a warm welcome to Redefy Entertainment, everybody? Hello, boys. I mean, like a family, you're no strangers to Expresso.
Yes.
How have you been?
We've been good, and thank you so much for having us again. Life has been good. It's been ups and downs, adapting to the new lifestyle of the lockdown and everything. So yeah, we're good.
Speaking about that, Sergio, like lockdown has obviously been so hectic on a lot of artists, musicians, just in the entertainment space. How have you guys, just kept it together and still keeping that spirit?
Well, the first thing we did, we went onto social media. So we went onto online platforms basically, and through that we've also been helping with different types of entertainment industries. So we've been working with Optimal Entertainment, doing activations at Grand West and we've also been working with Ryan Co. that does all our shoots, and so we've still been trying to get some work done like in between time when we can, so trying to adjust to the new world, I guess.
Just to add on, and we have been COVID compliant.
Facts.
So not to say that we've been doing this undercover and we have been compliant.
Putting it out there. But speaking about all the names that you guys have been working with, also big names that you guys have collaborated with, Jeremy Nevis, Craig Lucas, all of these big names. How do you even deal when you work with these big talents?
It's dealing with them is normal. I mean, we're all human at the end of the day, so it's a matter of the chemistry and how you work with a person. So yes, there are celebrities with big names, but then we treat them as a normal person, and I feel like they enjoy that mostly rather than
too much energy over them, you know what I mean? So it's nice that we get to converse with them and actually be cool around them. They're actually cool people.
Yeah, and bring the heat. And you guys are going to bring the heat right now
facts.
with your performance circle. I'm
wait.
going to grab this from you. You guys can set this up. Yeah, guys, everybody on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso Friday Dance from Redefy Entertainment Circles. Boys, take it away.
Circles making me believe I don't deserve you. Next true fact, first time I curved you. Now you got the nerve to tell me I preserved. Hold your tongue. Round and round in circles making me believe I don't deserve you. Next true fact, first time I curved you. Now you got the nerve to tell me I preserved. Hold your tongue. I stay up all night long, writing songs, but how you did me wrong, my cup is so strong. I see you forget the things you've done. I'm lost, girl, I'm lost. So confused, am I the only one? I'm lost in my sauce. Crush and burn, but there's no hit and run. I wanted you to lay with me. Instead, you broke my heart in two. No saving me. The things I would have done for you, bitch, I look crazy. I went round and round, feel, but you still played me. I prayed and stayed, don't know how I'm going. Round and round in circles, making me believe I don't deserve you. Next true fact, first time I curved you. Now you got the nerve to tell me I preserved. Hold your tongue. Round and round in circles, making me believe I don't deserve you. Next true fact, first time I curved you. Now you got the nerve to tell me I preserved. Hold your tongue. First things first, you never put me first. I was getting on my nerves, you was begging for the worst. With your hands on your hips while you leaning on your curves. What you say cut deep, but to you it's just words. I went and take a leap, I had to get the money. You're talking too cheap and I don't get it all with budgets. All eyes on me and you fucking up the summer. Moments like no other, but we over, that's a bummer. Should've never.
circles, making me believe I don't deserve you. Next true fact, first time I curved you. Now you got the net to tell me I preserved. Hold your tongue. Round and round in circles, making me believe I don't deserve you. Next true fact, first time I curved you. Now you got the net to tell me I preserved. Hold your tongue. Round and round in circles.
Come on! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. It is a Friday, and guess what? If it is your birthday, we are about to celebrate you right now.
Happy birthday. Okay. Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
It's time to celebrate your birthdays. It's dedicated to you and you and you and you by your loved ones. Happy birthday. Let's start with Mrs. Govender, who is celebrating her birthday today. We also got Amadao celebrating a birthday today. Jade, Pinar, Lindiwe, and Leonard. Happy birthday. And here are messages from your loved ones. Take a look at this.
Hello family, my name is the main Govender, and I would like to wish my mother, J.C. Govender, a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. You've been the funniest and lovable person that you are. Thank you for always being there when I needed you. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Love you, time.
Happy birthday, Amadeo. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Oh, as well. Yay. Happy birthday, Amadeo. We love you.
My name is Expresso. I'd like to wish my sister-in-law Jai Pinar a happy birthday today. May God bless you and may you see many more birthdays to come. Love you, sister. Enjoy your day.
Happy birthday to Wendy. Happy birthday to you. God bless you today. God bless you always. God bless you and keep you. Happy birthday to you.
It's the love for me. It's
so special.
You know what's so special is that all this week, we wait for this day, this Friday, to see all of these amazing wishes for all your loved ones. So please do connect with us. And you can send us your 15-second videos on WhatsApp to 071-640-6551. So, of course, you can wish your loved one a happy birthday live on the show. And who knows, we might even just give them a ring to brighten up their day and make it a happy birthday.
How was that kiss for Amadeo's birthday? That kiss, I watched you watch that kiss happen there, and you looked at me as if to say, "Oh, should we do the same thing?" And I said, "No, Jamie Lee, we're living in a pandemic."
I would never want to kiss you on screen. On screen.
Okay, we're making something really delicious now. A lemon and berry fruit jars, Clover. Okay, you can do it now. Okay.
Under the table, under the table.
The creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover. Yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, if you are still in that holiday mode, we are very jealous of you, but you also might want to know some quick and easy recipe inspirations to whip up something absolutely delicious. Now, we're about to show you how to make our Clover Bliss lemon and berry fruit jars, which are packed with summer fruity flavors, perfect for any lazy Saturday morning or even a little Sunday afternoon. Now, Graham, you look a little... Where to start?
Because there's a process here.
There is a process.
There are steps that you need to follow, but I'm actually almost most excited. Lemon is my flavor. Okay?
This is your favorite flavor.
So like lemon meringue is like my thing, and this Bliss double cream lemon meringue flavor is just out of this world. So we're going to create our ice shards now first, and I'm going to do that. I've got a baking tray out here, but we're not going to bake it. I've got some baking paper. We're actually going to be popping this in the freezer for a couple of hours to freeze it, but this is where it all begins. Okay, so we're going to start with our double cream lemon meringue flavor Bliss, and it is amazing. So 1 cup is what we need, which is probably about, I've been told, 5.
You can be very generous with those
I mean, you can make as much as you want, really. But we want to be able to create kind of like a nice thick. We're going to spread that all the way around.
There we go. So what I've done is I'm going to make the berry coulis. So I've used half the berries. I'm going to leave these for Graham.
Thank you.
And I'm just simply adding a bit of honey, and I'm going to blitz that up while you get you want to
try and do this as evenly as possible. I probably should have used the spatula, but
there we go. It's fine.
And this can be kind of quite chunky. It doesn't have to be perfectly even. You want it to what do we call it? Rustic.
Yes, I was about to say the rustic way is the way to go.
Rustic. Okay, so now I've got in season at the moment some nectarine. Beautiful nectarines we have available to us. You want to spread these around kind of liberally.
There we go. I'm just going to make a noise. Perfect.
Then I've toasted some oats as well for a little bit of crunch, which we're going to add all around.
I love how quick and easy this recipe is. Like, you busy with your part. I had one job.
What a team, girl. What a team. Okay, then I'm going to use the rest of your mixed berries here. Again, we are blessed to have beautiful, fresh, gorgeous berries. And
it's always nice to use fruits that are in season. They just taste better. They're a lot more affordable compared to going for fruits that's not in season right now.
I'm just adding a little bit more because I can.
This is his favorite flavor. And what's amazing about the Clover Bliss, it's a double cream yogurt. It comes in different flavors. I mean, there's strawberries and cream. There's also some flavors that are the hazelnut, the choc chip, plain, and of course we are using the lemon meringue flavor.
Okay, that looks absolutely beautiful. Then you're going to pop this guy into the freezer for 2 hours. And you are going to then obviously come out with this beautiful ice with all the lovely little components in it. Okay, so you're going to start layering in our glass.
Yes, there we go. So
I didn't leave you.
We left some double yogurt. There we go. So now it's just the layering process, of course, because it's going in the jar. You want to be careful because the layers, you don't want to get your double cream yogurt anywhere else.
You want to, I mean, this is all about the visual impact. Okay, it's easy, it's quick, but it also has a very dramatic finish.
And this is really the perfect snack, whether you want to make this little berry coulis, what we are making, the little meringue cups, or even if you just want to eat your double yogurt on its own, because it's packed with 10 different vitamins. There we go.
Looking beautiful.
Now, as our next layer is?
Now you're going to add the berry coulis.
There we go. I love how we look.
And I mean, you could do this over and over and over and have like multiple layers, and then you're going to place some more yogurt in there.
There we go.
It's so exciting.
See, there's an art to this.
And you can just keep repeating this process over and over until you've got a beautiful layer finish. And then I'm going to actually grab this guy. We've finished ours off with some edible flowers as well.
There we go.
And then, it looks beautiful. Then I would put just a little bit more of our berry coulis on top of that.
There we go.
And you can see that finished product of the lemon meringue ice. Do you want to take that shard and you can finish it off with that?
There we
go. Then I'm going to have a taste of this guy right here.
There we go. Okay, this is a lot of berry Kool-Aid.
Hey, it's your choice. If you like the berries.
I'm licking my fingers here. These are all amazing. How does your is it chards or shards?
shards.
Do you want to repeat that?
It's shards, and it is so fresh. This is summer on a plate. It's delicious, it's fresh, it's quite light. So it's nice if you've got like a fan of lemon meringue. This is a great way of kind of lightening that and giving yourself all of the freshness, the pop of the berries. Absolutely beautiful. If you missed any of the steps, take a look at this. Wow, that's delicious. Wow, wow, wow.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Still the best intro on the show. You're back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on SABC3. And as you know, this weekend, it's a weekend to stay relaxed. It's a weekend to stay safe and stay home and stay with SABC3 as well as some other SABC channels. We're going to bring you some great movies, and this is why we bring in JP Sebastian to analyze two movies that I'm very excited about. Mission Impossible 2 and Kickboxer. These movies literally defined my childhood in a lot of ways. Let's start off with Mission Impossible 2, which is going to be on Sunday at 9 o'clock. It'll be on SABC 1.
Starring the actor
Yes.
Thomas Cruise Mapotho IV.
Mapotho IV?
Not like Cyril. No, that's his real name.
Is his real name?
Not Ramaphosa. Don't get
Mapotha.
His stage name, obviously, is Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Some like to call him Thomas. Thomas Cruise Mapotho IV, who here stars as Ethan Hunt.
Yes.
Who really took ownership of this role, obviously. What was so interesting about Mission Impossible is, because now we're so used to director gets a deal and they all stick to the style that say Disney dictates or Warner dictates and whatever. But this is totally different from Mission Impossible 1, just the feeling of it. And that was actually by his dictation, because obviously Tom Cruise is like the honcho and he calls the shots on how the thing gets made. So he wanted John Woo for this after he saw Face Off. So knowing Face Off, you know what you're getting into watching Mission Impossible 2. Different sort of cerebral level.
I got you. No, but I know what you mean. I think anybody would be attracted to John Woo, and I mean, I think you and I were mentioned a little earlier prior to this discussion that John Woo loves South Africans.
What is going on with that?
Yeah.
I stayed up all night last night. An hour I spent researching what is John Woo's obsession, because the dude in this was a seminal movie for South Africa. This is the first time we arrived on the map. Never mind all that other history stuff, apartheid, who knows what that is. A guy shouts "Aina" as he gets his hand.
That's the scene, and I think the entire cinema at the time was like, yes, that's us. And
I started toying.
Yes,
like,
and Tandy Newton as well. That's another inclusion
Zimbabwean,
as well.
if I remember correctly.
So, but I think Southern African connections as well. I think that John Woo loves us.
Because John Woo previously he did Hard Target, obviously with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and that had Arnold Vosloo in it, who was such a great bad guy.
Oh, that line in that movie was great as well. Yes.
What's his name?
I'm not sure.
Daniel. What's his name?
Randall.
Next time
I come, I'll cut me a steak.
Yes.
I remember that. And I mean, the accent was so pure as well, which is actually really great. I love your
Talking about the wrong movie, though, Shame. This movie,
sorry, yes.
The dude, by the way, who does the South African accent in this is Australian. I don't know how that works out. It's set in Australia, but why John Woo wanted the South African bad guy, we'll never know. So the story here, and please don't wear your conspiracy theory hats when you watch Mission Impossible 2 this weekend on SABC 1 at 9 p.m. on Sunday. Because it's a virus that is man-made, that one dude has the access to the antidote for. I believe just watch it as entertainment and take your vaccines when the time comes. Tom Cruise, Tandy Newton, and Dougray Scott is the bad guy in this. Dude who, by the way, did this instead of becoming the next Wolverine. It was going to be Dougray Scott instead of Hugh Jackman. And this kind of blindsided
What?
him. I don't know if that was the right choice to do this one instead of Wolverine. So, yeah. Make up your mind.
I'm actually really happy that he passed up on it because Hugh Jackman was incredible. But the one thing that you need to know is that Mission Impossible 2, Sunday, 9 o'clock, SABC 1. Let's go into Kickboxer. Now, this movie is the movie, I remember my older brother and I watching it for the first time. As soon as you watch a movie, the important thing is to fight it out afterwards. All the same scenes.
You're talking about
and this is one of the iconic Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. He does the splits in here better than he's ever done it in this movie.
He does the creepy twerk dance thing.
That's a meme now. You know, this is the movie, and you can get to watch it on SABC 3 on Sunday at 9:30.
The whole of Thailand was insulted looking at whatever he was doing there. God bless him. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Shame, this dude's got a special place in all of our hearts, obviously, growing up. Before this one was Bloodsport, which had its own chant, but this one is, what's the chant for this? Nok-Su Cow.
Yes, Nok-Su Cow. Nok-Su Cow, yeah.
But, yes, Kickboxer. Don't tell me, Carl, that you weren't like booked into an ICU after you thought, hey, I can kick down a palm tree.
Why? That's exactly what happened. There wasn't a palm tree. There was a different type. It was like a syringa outside the house, and then I kicked it. And I promise you, the plaster was not falling down. It wasn't like that. It was just the tree bark and my leg and a little bleeding, but it was okay.
Watch this with caution. Lock yourself down in more ways than one, because, yes, when I was a kid, I also tried to kick down a tree like Carl. I spoke with our camera guy, Pete, who said the same thing. Bruised legs. It's not how you train in Muay Thai, but according to Kickboxer, it is precisely how you do it. Classic, silly fun. I wish sometimes, in a way, that I had an older brother who someone would, I don't know, snap his spine with an elbow drop so that I can go on the revenge story. Why was every movie like this in the 90s? Like,
I don't know.
Bloodsport was the same thing. Like, you had to have a sibling who was taken out by a big, burly Turkish man or Moroccan man. Oh, shame, by the way, the guy in this, who is the big, burly bad guy.
Dong Po!
Michael Kesey, I think his name is, childhood friend of Jean-Claude Van Damme. They fled to America together to form their acting career together in 1982. And so that's a little sweet thing there between the main bad guy in the background looking as mean as he can and Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's the good guy in this. Childhood friend.
I think it's some great fun this weekend. So Sunday, 9 o'clock on SABC 1, you got Mission Impossible 2. And then SABC 3, 9:30, you've got Kickboxer, Don't Kick a Tree. Enjoy.
No, I know why you want to hate me. Come on, Limp Bizkit, anyone?
I'm overly excited, actually, for Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know why. This is part of my childhood DNA. I think I feel you, Carl. I feel you, buddy. Now let's bring it back to the here and now and continue to love what is going down on SABC2. SABC2's very popular drama series, Swart Water. Of course, it returned with season 3 on Tuesday. This is a fan favorite drama set in Swart Water, a fictitious town in the Overberg region. And season 3, of course, focuses on the worldwide dilemma of global warming, which is fantastic in its own right when the town is gripped by drought and there is limited access to drinking water. It gets real very quickly. We've got stars actor Keenan Arison and as Ashwin, and you're probably going to see him on screen there as well, and actress Antoinette Lowe as Karen. They join us in studio. A little bit nervous. Why, man?
Why are you nervous?
We're
not nervous.
How can you be nervous in that shirt, buddy?
Hey,
How can you be nervous in that shirt?
I wore the shirt just to give me extra confidence.
Oh, that's a nice shirt.
But this is light compared to your day jobs because the drama gets intense.
No, it does.
It gets real and intense and it's dark. This is kind of in the vein of some of the best Afrikaans dramas that we've seen on South African television where it goes hard and dark.
Absolutely. Also, it's an award-winning show, so it's got a track record of doing really well. The viewers love it. I mean, the SABC audiences just like eat it up, so it's fantastic.
So well done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I know, Antoinette, you have been on Expresso before, but you haven't. First time.
First time.
I have to
We'll
ask.
go easy.
Yeah, we'll definitely go easy.
Thank you.
But when it came to, I mean, we are in a global pandemic. I know during lockdown that you guys had to stop filming for some time and even did some rehearsals with your masks on. How was it getting back onto set during this time for you?
It wasn't that bad for me, actually, because remember the second wave wasn't there yet. We were careful, but it was actually okay. I mean, we did what was necessary, but the show went on.
Yeah. I think as the industry as a whole has taken on all protocols really seriously.
Yeah.
So we were very careful, like social distancing all the time between takes, constantly wearing a mask. So I think productions all around throughout South Africa, they're doing really well when it comes to filming and really taking this pandemic seriously.
Well, you've got to do what you've got to do to work.
You got to get paid, man.
Yeah, I think that's the sense of desperation. We've seen it in the music industry as well, but as actors, anyone, cameramen, anyone in the entertainment industry, we fought so hard to get back on air.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll do whatever we have to protect that.
Yeah.
Keenan, you play Ashwin. Antoinette, you play Karen. How close, because you guys play the characters so well and it just seems to be so natural. Yeah. How much are you able to draw from your own character in these particular characters?
Oh, Keenan. Keenan. Well, for me, I always try and draw something from my personal life so I can connect with the character. So, yeah, Keenan.
Oh, thanks. Back to me. I think, look, I generally choose characters that are very different from who I am as a person, but I also draw from my own life, from my own experiences, people that I know, people in my circles, friendship circles. And I mean, if we just observe and see the people around us, there's so much that we can take from it.
How would you describe Ashwin's character? How is he different from yourself?
Well, without giving too much away, I think he's a very loyal, trustworthy kind of guy. He's really hardworking in terms of what he does. He has a business. We won't discuss that right now. But he's generally a guy that takes challenges head on. And so he comes to the small town and he meets somebody that really takes him on, looks at him straight in the eye and questions certain things about him. And
he looks hot. So hot on a bike. Don't forget the bike, Keenan.
There's a bike.
Look at me blushing. I blushed during the show the whole time. Look at me now.
It's going method. It's just going
so method.
Yeah. Also, in my real life, I'm not a biker. I'm a four-wheel kind of guy. So it was really interesting getting onto this two-wheel, trying to look as masculine as possible, looking like this rebel without a cause. But yeah, I think he's brought down to size by.
Yeah, Keenan has this real like James Dean vibe going on. I mean,
look, this is all thanks to the creator and the makeup.
And the
hours and hours of panel beating. But I think the creator and the writer of the show, Helene Truter, really did well in terms of bringing these characters and bringing the worlds together.
Yeah.
The world that my character comes from, who is a city slicker kind of guy, and then obviously coming into this world where it's quiet. It's a fishing town, you know, it's a coastal town. Things are quiet. Things move slower than what I am used to. So there's a bit of adjustment that happens. There's, I mean, we won't get into the
and everyone's just really
emotional
thirsty. It's very thirsty all the time. Everyone is, so just imagine.
For water.
Yeah, just
For
imagine.
water.
Yeah, not like we're currently thirsty.
Yeah. Speaking of which, some water, please.
Well, there's great chemistry between the two of you. They're not going anywhere. We're going to catch up more with Keenan and Antoinette as we get to unpack and see if they can give us some hidden secrets of what to expect of season 3 of Swart Water that you can catch on SABC 2 every Tuesday at 7:30.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, and you're just in time as we are catching up with two of the cast members of the award-winning SABC2 drama series, Swart Water. They are still with us. That is South African actor Keenan Arison and actress Antoinette Lowe, who play the roles of Ashwin and Karen on the popular show. Now, they've been with us this morning, and we've been hearing a little bit of rumors of potentially a special connection between their characters. Well, we are here to find out and see exactly what they are willing to tell us about what to expect from season 3.
Keenan.
No pressure.
Keenan.
You exist in the same bubble. You can hold hands if you want. You are more than welcome to do that.
On the same couch.
You know, the writing can take you so far.
Yes.
And in this case, the writing is clearly very good.
Yeah.
Chemistry needs to carry it through. You need the chemistry there, and there seems to be a lot of chemistry on the set. Is it the same off camera as it is on camera? What's the vibe like on set between the characters?
Well,
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, I think we were really, really lucky because it's the first time that Keenan and I met which is strange. And yeah, because we sort of know the same people. And we're so lucky that we got along so well. And still do.
I think casting is it's very important, and like you say, chemistry. And I think day one when we met, like you said, we were lucky enough to just hit it off and kind of just immerse ourselves into the script, into these characters, without any judgment or so we were just able to go there without even knowing. It's like, hey, Antoinette, yeah, nice to meet you, cool, let's go.
And that was the most amazing thing about this whole cast and the crew. It was so open and no judgment. no egos. It was so amazing. It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life.
Yeah, and I think besides this kind of duo that happens on screen, there are so many other smaller, other stories that happen, B storylines, C
Say it,
storylines.
buddy. You're the star. Just say it, bro.
I did not say
You're
that.
the star.
Days and
Not say it. And so what happens, you'll find that or even the other storylines, the actors or the characters in it have so much chemistry, and we all play off each other so well. It's just everybody's on the same page, and that's a treat when you come onto set to have that kind of.
And that translates to the viewer. I mean,
Absolutely.
chemistry cannot be faked.
Yep.
Now, I'm here to find out what can we expect from Ashwin and Karen's characters.
All I can say is that I blush a lot.
Okay, is it because of the bike?
True.
It must be the bike.
It's me.
natural, yeah.
It must be the bike.
It's the bike. Oh no! Oh no!
Look, I think.
Gosh, I hate it.
With our storyline, I'm just going to bring it back. I think these two characters, when we meet them, both of them, obviously Karen comes from a world, like 2 seasons before, where the audiences, they all know her. They know her storyline. They know what she's been through. Exactly. So now they meet her. They meet this new guy who comes into town. And I think for me is that they both, in an emotional, there's an emotional void, and they're searching for something, either of them individually. And they meet at this emotional crossroads where the one almost feeds the other. They know exactly what they need, and they are good for each other for the story without giving too much away.
That is such a good answer. I'm
Thank you,
so
Ja.
leap,
A
man.
juncture. They're at a juncture.
You leave us
Good
at a
for each
cliff.
other. You
That's
balance
it.
each other out,
So
man.
many cliffhangers on the show.
Oh, no, that's what we love about it. Let's take a step away. The fact that everyone's working again, that is fantastic. It sounds like you've been working on an online film during lockdown. Is this something that was birthed out of lockdown? Is this something that would have happened otherwise?
No, thanks to lockdown. I mean, thanks to lockdown. But no, it wasn't there before lockdown happened. And suddenly, with the amazing mind of Tim Green, the director-writer, he came up with this idea on Facebook, believe it or not, and he put out a call to actors who were willing to do some work during lockdown, hard lockdown. And yeah, he cast everybody via Facebook, and suddenly we ended up shooting this feature film, which turned out to be a feature film. Everybody shot on their cell phones. Everybody kind of was in charge of their own wardrobe and makeup and directing themselves, and so it was quite a journey. Yeah.
I was about to ask, the online film, is it a film that goes online, or did you online film it? Like, I had to distinct between the two. But
I want to say both.
You were your own cameraman.
Yes, and makeup person and wardrobe person. But, I mean, online. It's online because I guess it's shot on a cell phone. But I think you can still catch it on Showmax. Am I allowed to say? Sorry, guys.
Antoinette, just very quickly, anything special outside of Swartwater that we can look forward to seeing you in? What's the year have in store?
Oh, so there's another series that I'm going to be in on Showmax.
Hey, we've all got to go online, girl, yeah?
Yeah. So, Damn, that is starting in Feb, and then I'm just trying to be busy writing and surviving, really, as an artist.
You guys are doing amazing work. Thank you so much for that on-screen chemistry.
Oh, shout out to Gavin Prince.
Gavin Prince.
He lean treated the whole Swartwater crew and cast. We love you, we love you, we love you.
The group messages must be going off at the moment.
You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much. And of course, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Go and show them some love online right now if you can. But we absolutely love Swartwater, proudly South African.
And of course, you can catch Swartwater on SABC2 every Tuesday at 7:30. Thank you very much, Keenan and Antoinette. Okay, Carl Westy, I see that you're enjoying the coffee that I made you. Listen, we did ask you on social media this morning what some of your favorite South African TV shows are to watch. Of course, yes. A lot of you coming through and saying Expresso morning show. I mean, without a doubt, yes. But of course, we got others as well. The first one from Belinda Wenzel saying, good morning, beautiful people. Mine is Seven Delan. But there are a few, but every morning I must watch you guys because you guys always make my day. Have a blessed Friday. Thank you so much, Belinda. And then we got another one from Celeste.
Yes, Celeste Adams saying, morning fam, mine would have to be Uzalo and SABC reality shows, #Expresso show. Thanks a lot, Celeste.
And then we got one from Jade saying, hashtag Expresso Show. Good morning, team. My favorite soapy has always been Sevenderland. Sometimes you can learn some things about it in life, and I will never miss that series. Stay safe and have a blessed Friday. Beautiful. Thanks, Jade the Cock. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee now. Just need to Nespresso it up in the morning. A nice lungo. Because that's what you want to do on a Friday, right? Now.
Yes, you need the lungo for that energy, you know, to get yourself, your lungo going.
So do continue to let us know. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 on Facebook with that hashtag Expresso Show. Some of your favorite TV shows to watch on SABC. Lots of shows to look forward to this weekend. But of course, your favorites that have stood out for you throughout the weekend. Of course, what you're looking forward to in the weekend.
Indeed. And stick around because just after the break, some very special birthdays and maybe even a chance to win. Stay there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso in SABC3, and I think it's only appropriate that Zoe made herself some coffee because I had coffee, and it is time to get our birthday dance on. We asked you to send us your best birthday dance, and I can tell you there are some goodies coming at you very, very soon.
Happy birthday, have a happy birthday. Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Well, I hope you have your cups of coffee ready.
Cheers.
It's time for us to cheers to wish you a happy birthday because you got your birthday dance on. And this week, we did things a little bit differently. In the past, we wished everyone happy birthday every single day. Now, on Fridays, we want to do a big celebration where you send in your birthday dance videos for the chance to win a 500 Rand online voucher, and you certainly delivered. Are you ready to look at them?
I am so ready. I'm also excited because in 1 week, it's Zoe's birthday, so she'll have to dance too. Let's take a look.
Let's see.
There's a mouse again.
There we go.
I love, my favorite was the auntie. I mean, the way she did that thing. And it's so important to dance on your birthday. And as entertaining and full of feel-good these videos were, there can only be one winner. And our first weekly Expresso birthday dance winner is, can I give you the drum roll, Kate?
Congratulations, Clarice van Heerden from Bloemfontein. Woohoo!
Yes!
Can we get some cheers on the floor? There we go. Well, Clarice sent in a video to wish her brother, Joan Johnson, a happy birthday. Good morning, Clarice.
Hi, guys.
We want to see what your video looks like, so we're going to show everyone quickly which video you sent in.
That's it. That's the way you dance.
Beautiful move.
Yay. Just like that.
Now, Clarice, we joked with you today, but we actually want you to use this moment to also wish your brother a happy birthday. This is your moment.
Thank you so much. I just want to wish my baby brother a happy birthday. I hope that God will bless him and that he enjoyed his birthday.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on that 500 Rand online voucher. It is yours. And of course, next week, Friday, we'll be doing the same. So get your birthday videos in, and who knows, you can win yourself that awesome voucher. You can send it through your 15-second videos on WhatsApp. The number is 071-640-6551.
And you can wish your loved ones happy birthday, including Zoe, who turns, I won't tell you her age, next week, Friday. So make sure we get those videos in and give us a nice ring, give us those videos, and you could be winning that 500 Rand voucher. So good luck to you and happy birthday if it's your birthday today.
And can you feel the energy? Oh, yes, it's bubbling over here. Oh, yes, we're jamming into it. It's a Friday here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Sergio, Tyler, and Nicola from We Defy Entertainment have had such a fantastic year. Last year, 2020, was such a big one for them, finding new ways to exist in the new normal. And this year, 2021, you guys are about to break boundaries once again.
Yes.
What's this year looking like for We Defy
We're hoping to break boundaries.
Yeah, we always break boundaries. The aim for this year is we have a few projects lined up. We're working towards a virtual online show.
I love it.
As you know, our industry, there's no set times or set gigs. So things happen on the last minute sometimes. So.
Yeah. What is the title of this next performance you guys are going to be giving us?
Superstar status.
Superstar status.
Superstar.
Guys, we're not going to waste any more time. You guys do your thing. The stage is yours. Cause we're steady on status.
Yes, sir. Super. I'm going ham again. Back in my bag again. I'm with my savage friends. We doing the damage, yeah. Superstar status, yeah. They thinking it's magic, yeah. Superstar status, yeah. I'm out of this planet, yeah. Superstar status, yeah.
Superstar status got you woke. Creamy universe just for the status quo. Viewers watching on repeat, cause we coming with that heat. Man, it's looking too damn sweet. Savage flows, flow. Got that flow, dope, bro. Keep it so cold on my glow. You already know how I roll. Stole the show. And you know that. Meet me at 21 Savage. Always down for a challenge. Looking like I could be Spanish. Living life young, so lavish. I'ma see the slow damage. That's just how I manage. Got the whole package. I'm on it advantage.
I'm going ham again. Back in my bag again. I'm with my savage friends. We doing the damage, yeah. Superstar status, yeah. They thinking it's magic, yeah. Superstar status, yeah. I'm out of this planet, yeah. Superstar status, yeah.
Superstar status got you woke. Meet me universe just for the status quo. Viewers watching on repeat, cause we coming with that heat. Man, it's looking too damn sweet. Savage flows. On the road, got the dough coming in. All gold, triple stars rolling in. My soul shining out from within. Got a good aim thing, gotta throw it in. Pull up her pace, we be stoning him. We new game up, better roll it in. Walk like kings and it's not a thing. I need space when I do my thing. I'm like Floyd when I throw my swing. You even shine in the moonlight blink. On my hair, I move it swings. No one can do what I do. Ooh. No one can step on my shoes. No one can do. We flew. We getting wins, never lose.
Lord, forgive me for I have said. Sipping codeine, I can't sip no gin. I turned to a fiend, all I wanna do is win. My life is a dream, I pop anything, you let me proceed, yeah. Going extreme, yeah. You pay me my fee, yeah. Turn to a G, yeah. And the G is for genius. Tweet through the season. I get high for no reason. I stole his Adidas. They were talking about treason. Shoot through the ceiling. Gotta be proceeding. For the millions I'm scheming. My soda got leaning.
Ooh, yeah, come on. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up for We Defy Entertainment 2021. Seems to be set to a fired up start for these guys. Certainly the dance crew to be on the lookout for. If you haven't already heard of them, you want to be making sure that you give them all the support. We love you guys.
We love you guys at home. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you to you for coming through. We love you. Have an awesome weekend.
See you on Monday.
No problem.
6 o'clock. You know. We love you. Happy weekend. Bye. Bye.
Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.